What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of MZ Talks Boxing, where I'm your host, MZ. And oh shit. Oh, I'm in there, my bad. I'm in there. Let me get everything set. I'm just sitting here going at it. As I was saying, welcome to another episode. We're gonna be attacking something a little different. Tonight, it's about the WNBA basketball teams, Indiana Fever versus the Chicago Sky recap. I told you guys that I was going to start paying attention to basketball on both sides of the fence, and here we are. Let me go ahead and say thank you for those that are joining us. I know it's a little different from what you're used to because we usually just strictly, it's all about boxing here. But tonight we're going to go ahead and get your opinions and hear what you got to say about how the game went with the Sky versus the Fever, Indiana Fever and the Chicago Sky, two names that's quite big in the WNBA right now with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, which there was nothing angelic about Chicago and the Sky tonight and Angela Reese. Congratulations to her too for getting her a Reebok deal, an exclusive Reebok deal. She got an exclusive shoe out now, her own signature shoe. Congratulations to Angela Reese on that. Tonight's game, where do I even start? The Chicago Sky came out like they were really on a mission to go ahead and tie up the season game at 2-2, but failed. I noticed some things about the Chicago team that I would hope in the future they would dig a little deeper into and try to get squared away. First of all, I understand that you're a strong rebounding team. You're strong in the paint, but your shooters, you know, they started off good. I think they started off 4 for 4 from three-point land, and then the wheels fell off. They just couldn't keep it going. And when it comes to that, ladies and gentlemen, you know, you live by the three, you die by the three. And I noticed something about the Fever's team. Not only can Caitlin Clark shoot, an excellent shooter from outside. I mean, I was really impressed. She's not only shooting 3-4 feet behind the three-point line, but she has a hair. She has a quick release. Her trigger is so fast. Great ball handling. Defense is what Chicago needs to concentrate on even more. You can't let yourself lag. You can't let yourself be slagging. They were walking down the court complaining. You know, sometimes they were complaining, letting the calls dictate the way they played in the game. If you're playing basketball, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, stopping and complaining in the game, that couple of seconds that you standing there complaining, the ball is going the other way. Somebody needs to be down there playing defense. I just don't want to point out no names, Angel Reese, but you can't be down there with your lips poked out. You got to get your butt back down on the other end. You got to get down on the other end. You got to run up and down the court. I saw more times than not that I was complaining and screaming at the TV about saying, come on, man, you got to get up and down the court, run down the court. They were not, in my opinion, they were not hustling. They were not giving it his full. I see my brother Hyphy in the house. He says, see you soon, brother MZ, finishing dinner now. Okay. He also said the Sky really missed, who is it? Kennedy tonight, the young lady Williams from the bench. Yeah, they were speaking about, they did miss. I think she brings like 17 points to the game. She's good for at least 17 that they were missing badly. Fever all the way. John King, okay. Fever all the way. I feel you. They came out tonight and they did their thing, man. I cannot take nothing away from them. I hadn't really seen the hype train, but I got a chance to look at it tonight. Tonight was my first time getting a chance to lay my eyes on a full game with Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. And as far as one side of the situation, I was not disappointed at all. Caitlin Clark really has some skills, and might I say, the girls that are surrounding her on that team are nothing to whisk at either. You know, they're all good. I noticed that these young ladies are deep. They can shoot. They have confidence in themselves. They get one thing I really love. They do not let the ball sit and linger. They get that ball and they move it around. They get it up and down the court, and they get it up and down the court fast. The announcers, which I was not seeing what they were seeing, they were speaking on the fact that how the Fever was taking off and breaking down the court and scoring buckets off of Chicago's scoring. But hey, they were taking off even when Chicago wasn't scoring. They wasn't giving Chicago a chance to sit around and make decisions about what they were going to do. True, Chicago was out rebounding them through most parts of the game, and the second chance points you would have thought would have helped Chicago a lot more than what it did. What it did do was keep them in the game throughout the first half and maybe some of the third quarter, but they were never, without them being able to get their scoring back up, getting to the hole, putting in easy. I'm talking about easy putbacks where you can just they rebound, base yourself, then go up strong. These young ladies were rebounding and trying to go up so fast, they were overshooting easy shots, which cost them big time. Another thing about Chicago that I noticed that didn't make me happy. Hold on. Hyphy said Fever looked levels ahead of Sky as far as team ball. This is true. I was about to go into the point saying that it was more times than not that I noticed that when the Sky would get rebounds, their bigs seemed almost on an island because the offense looked a little stagnant. I didn't see a lot of back doors or running off the picks or trying to get open to make yourself an easy target for your big mans for your bigs to hit you so you can get shots. And when they did get the shots off, a lot of the shots seemed a little flat. They weren't getting a good jump up off of it. And that right there, when you're playing basketball, it only takes a couple of times for that to happen, and you look up and you getting your butt blown out. Let's just go ahead and be for real. The pretty and the dribbling and all that stuff, it's not going to do you anything if you're not able to put the ball back into the basket. You get 2 and 3 chances. Yes, Chicago was out rebounding. Let me what my stat set that I had put out, because in the first half, like I said, Chicago started off pretty doggone good. But you all know that if you're not truly a 3-point team, a 3-point shooting team, why would you even take the time to do that? You make a few shots off the 3-pointers, but if your bread and your gravy and your big plate is down there in the paint, then you should figure out how to work it from the inside out and then back down to the inside. What was it? In the first half, I think Angel Reese had like 4 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal. The leaders of the game was who was Lindsey Allen over in I'm tripping. I'm on a whole nother game. My bad, y'all. Let me stay with the Fever. in Chicago. First half points, 47 points for the Fever, because these girls, like I said, they didn't stop playing. They kept running the offense. They kept running what they were supposed to. They kept moving the ball around. Caitlin Clark, I must admit, is also not just a good scorer, 18 points off of three-pointers. Let me say that again. 18 points off of three-pointers this young woman had. She finished with over 30, but 18 came off of three-point shots. That's amazing. I think she was shooting something like 60%. I could be wrong, but I think it was somewhere around 60% at one point. As I said, the first half stats came out like 47 points to 42 in the Fever's way, because they had to fight their way back into it. So kudos to them for that, for not giving up, keep pushing applying pressure and pushing the ball forward, moving the ball around, and getting the easy shots. I mean, easy shots. I've heard coaches say so many times, get the ball to the person with the easiest shot. And tonight, Caitlin Clark pulled a page out of my coaches, high school and college coaches, pulled a page out of their books, and she was doing exactly that. She was actually can y'all hear me out there? I don't know if I'm being heard. Am I just sitting here talking? Can you hear me? Anyway, they took pages out of my coach's book back in the day, and Caitlin Clark was getting her teammates some easy buckets, man. Coming down the court, they running down the court, making good passes, crisp passes on the mark, where her girls can catch those, stop and shoot, stop and pop, or go to the hole. Stop and pop or go to the hole. Those are your options. Find an angle, get yourself open. The Chicago team wasn't doing that. We weren't seeing ball control, the floor general doing her thing out there. One shiny spot I can say for Chicago, when Diamond came into the game, Diamond had a couple of, dare I say, get off your seat moments, but it wasn't enough to help Chicago get themselves together. Tonight, if there was an argument about if the Fever is better than the Chicago Sky, at this moment right now, at this level, at this point in time, yes, they are. They have them because their engines keep running. They don't mope at points in the game. I don't care what anybody says. There was some moping going on out there with the Chicago Sky. And I'm not going to point out all the different girls that was doing it, because I know you guys saw the game. And if you saw the game, you saw what I saw. There was some moping going on out there. Angel Reese, the world loves you. People love you up and down the cities, up and down the roads. They love the Bayou Barbie, who is now the Chi-Town Barbie. I gotta tell you, I got some love for the Chicago team, because I'm a Bulls, Bears, Cubs, White Sox, Blackhawks, and Sting fan. I like all those teams. And Angel Reese, I would like to see you not only, if you can, get a little stronger, because I noticed today the ladies that were down in the paint was getting with you a little bit. They weren't letting you just get them down there and bump them and bang them out. They weren't going for that at all. Sister, darling, daughter, whatever you guys want to call her, queen, niece. Not only do you need to get your strength up a little bit, in my opinion, I'm not saying you're weak. I'm just saying you might want to get a little stronger, but you need to start practicing on your moves. You need to start practicing on your post moves. If you start practicing on a 10-foot jumper. 10-foot jumper. You're a big girl. You were big. Get the ball, shake. Practice the dream shake. Work your footwork, and don't laugh at me when I say practice the dream shake, because the dream shake is feasible for men and women, bigs in the paint. If you need to go ahead. You getting the ball, but you got to be able to put the ball back into the basket, baby. You got to be able to put the ball back into the basket. Far too many times, you guys are in the paint and you're shooting the ball from one side to the other, or shooting it too hard, getting it to bounce off the rim. Yes, you're looking great getting the rebounds, and you're getting your team the second and third shots, but if you're missing them all, what good is it? It's just burned up hustle. And usually a lot of times when people end up just burning up hustle and it doesn't do anything, it starts your team to looking at you. It starts having people having emotions in and things like that. What you need to do is keep scrapping, keep plucking away at it. Keep playing defense. Defense wins games, not offense. Defense wins games, because if you can stop the other team from scoring what they usually average, you have already made the game that much a little more easier for you. That is the purpose and the goal when it comes to playing basketball on any level, especially the highest level. Get your defense up so you can slow them down, make the other team think a little bit more. Because tonight, what I saw Caitlin M started off. The rug was a little shaky. Yeah, anybody would be a little shook. You come out the other team who's not known for hitting threes and just wearing them out, come out and start dropping them. Boom, 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 boom. 3, 4 in a row, just like that. 12 points right out the gate. Bam. You looking at the coach like, Coach, you told us to let these shoot. They out here lighting us up. Coach, Coach sitting over there on the sideline assessing the situation, keeping it cool, calm, and collected, letting you know, don't worry about it. Keep doing what you're doing. We got Caitlin Clark. Y'all gonna have to forgive me because I'm still learning this Fevers team for me to learn all the rest of the names. But I'm gonna ride in this season for the duration, and I'm gonna learn everybody's names, and I'm gonna know who it is I'm talking about and when to talk about them, so I can make sure that the fans of those teams don't get upset with me. But Caitlin Clark and the squad that runs with her kept their cool about themselves. They kept playing they kept running their plays. They kept playing defense. I kept seeing them running off of picks and continuously moving. And that's how you beat a team. If you're going to beat a team that's bolstering defense and strong play on the inside, that's one way to do it. You tire them out by running them off of screens all night, having to chase your guards, and especially if you got some guards that got a long wind, good engines, however you want to put it, that could run around and move around and shoot, then what can you say about it? What can you say? Nothing at all. Seems like I'm just sitting here snapping about what I saw, which was a good game. I won't take anything from it. I enjoyed every bit of it, and I'm understanding right now that the Fever, if I'm correct, are ranked number 7. They in the 7th spot right now. It's playoffs. It's kickoff right now. They'll be number 7. Chicago will be number 8. Well, they're going to have to make sure they pull it together and hold it down. I see my brother Hyphy that came into the building. What's going on, Hyphy? How you doing tonight?
Hey, how you doing, brother MZ? What's up with it?
Man, I'm crunk tonight, man. I can see why you've been so high on Caitlin Clark and the Fever. I see that tonight, because this game, I see my boy, we having problems keeping him connected. But this game showed me, man, your praise for Caitlin Clark is warranted. She showed that she got the goods. She working with the goods, and she doing her thing. You know what I'm saying? She's doing her thing. I can see, like I said, I can see where your praise is warranted. I give it to you. I can also see the few things that you said, your critiques about Andrew Reese. Both of them about the same, come in same class. They 1 year removed from being rookies. But I would like to see the games evolve a little more. I can see that Caitlin has been working. I do see that, because she didn't have as many turnovers tonight as that I've heard people say that she tends to be plagued by, which comes up to a great thing. And Andrew Reese, I would like to see her coming up with a little, working on some post moves, working on a nice little 10-foot jumper, 12-foot jumper, pull it out to 15. But she needs to work on being consistent with that. So I feel you with that, and thank you very much, JJ, for coming in. He said CC miles ahead on the ball knowledge. That's just how it is. Caitlin Clark IQ is something to be marveled at. Tonight she made all the right passes, except for a few, but the mistakes that she made came after they had about 11, 12 point lead or a little bit more. So with that, I have to say, we're up ahead by a lot. The chances of us losing this game to them is shorthanded. So you're right, JJ. Caitlin Clark is miles ahead on the basketball knowledge as far as right now, and they show good camaraderie out there on the court. You back, Hyphy? What you were saying?
Yeah. First, I want to come in and thank everybody in the chat that's out there watching. We appreciate y'all tapping in. I also want to say thank you to the Indiana Fever, Chicago Sky, WNBA. We enjoy the sport, and it's a pleasure for us to be able to recap it and just even watch it. So I definitely want to thank them first, and everybody out there that's just giving us their time. We appreciate all that. I'm glad you enjoyed the game tonight. And I was definitely liking, just your analysis of basketball for the people that's out there. Our brother MZ, he played basketball at the university level, so his knowledge and experience in the game goes a little bit further than most of us. So I definitely hold highly, his basketball IQ when he breaks down the sport.
I appreciate that a lot, Hyphy. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So the first thing I wanted to get out, in the third quarter, I was surprised because it seemed like the Fever had landed a knockout blow almost in that third quarter. But then I looked up and I said, damn, they only up by 7. It feels like they up by 20. It's like they just took the life out of them without running up the score on them. And then surely that came after. That's when the score separation came in that fourth quarter.
Well, I noticed a lot of times in games when a team has a good defensive base around them, they always seem to look close in the game. 7 points usually is not enough to keep you separated. You get to 15, depending on if they have some good shooters from outside, you might be a little safe. But like I said, it depends on how many snipers they have on the team to go with as well. I noticed that the defense was slowing them up, bottlenecking them a little bit. That Chicago's defense, and I think that's mainly because of the length of some of the girls. But as far as them moving and staying active on defense, they fell asleep a lot. They fell asleep a heck of a lot. And if other teams were watching Chicago Sky, I must say beware, because any coach worth their salt would take this game tonight and get their girls and let them know, hey, look, you see right here is that these are times where these girls start walking. These are girls this is times when they start pouting, and it's that time right there where you push the rock. They score, push the rock, make the defense tired, because it takes tremendous tremendous energy to play defense, and I mean at a consistent rate through a whole game. You have to rely on other players and the rest of your team. And by pushing the ball, you start getting players in situations. You get them in foul problems. You get them in situations where they have to fast breaks. They have to make a decision on what they're going to do if the ball's coming. Do they take the open man? Do they take the try to stop the ball? And it's a lot of things that go on. Stop the ball, make them pass. Do they hit the three? Well, with the Fever tonight, those young ladies, the way they shoot, it looks so effortless. It looks so effortless and on point. All I can say is with that, I think Chicago needs to step their defense up a little more. The young lady that's hurt, the Williams girl, they really missed her. I believe she brings 17 points to the table. That 17 points was really missed tonight.
Yeah, that's Kennedy Carter. Yes.
Right. That now it's another young lady they had on the team they said was missing too. But is Kennedy Carter the one that they kept saying is under some kind of protocol, so she couldn't play?
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, you're right. You're speaking about somebody else. But yeah,
okay.
Chicago, they definitely miss Kennedy Carter as well.
Okay, and remind me, the score ended at what tonight? By how many?
Ooh,
the final score for the Fever tonight was what? Did they got over 90 points, right? Excuse me. Either way, the points that young lady brings to the table could have helped them a lot. But any team that's watching the Chicago team right now, if they can pull it off, Uzi good for say Oz good photos 100. Anybody that can pull it off, Thank you for showing up. Thumbs up to you. You guys got something you want to put in the chat? Go ahead and throw it up. Let me know. First of all, since I'm just getting started with the WNBA and starting to watch the games, because I had pulled myself away from basketball and football, but I'm back. Let me know who your favorite teams are and who your favorite players are and who you would like for us to be bringing up in the spotlight. I think I'm gonna start trying to pop in on Fridays like this on a regular after a good game and bring things to the notion. But tonight, I got to give hats off and a big salute to the Indiana Fever for going out there and holding it down and giving Chicago a good thrashing. They really took it to them. They really took it to them. They didn't lighten up. When they did get fouled and everything like that, Caitlin Clark and them they didn't sissy up. They didn't get soft. They kept on pushing. They kept on knocking at the door. They kept on building. And to me, that's what you need to do. That's how you bring it together to become a champion. Now, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm pretty sure that we'll see at some point number 22 for the Indiana Fever to become a champion. The road might be a little harder for the Chi-Town Skies, Barbie, unless she starts getting to work on her post moves. We need to see her step up on her post moves because rebounding is great. Getting double-doubles, which she did accomplish tonight. She could have accomplished it a lot sooner than later, but like I said, that she missed so many times in the paint. Not just her, but a few of the other girls too. And tonight, that shooting was just flat. If you guys are going to be trying to hang with teams that can shoot well, then you better be in their face, chest to chest, giving them enough room to land. But you better be making them uncomfortable every time they take a shot. Too many times did the Fever get open shots because you guys were too late on the rotations. I saw Angel, you got caught a couple of times yourself down with the big man, and you was kind of slow on making the switch, getting out there to the open shooter. So with those, it's little things like that you guys cannot do and win unless the other team is just playing tremendously horrible. Other than that, good game all around. Congratulations to the Fever. Chi-Town, I expect more. I will be screaming my lungs out to try to get more from you. But yeah, WNBA, I've been saying was going to be if y'all had a new fan. I'm coming back. I'm coming back to watch basketball, football, both sides of basketball and football, and have fun with it. I'm going to stop being mad at you guys because you two young ladies have pushed me all the way over the edge. Caitlin Clark, I was not. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to keep it real 100%. I'm going to keep it real. I want y'all to hear me. Caitlin Clark, MZ, Musically Zone Talks Boxing, was not giving you your full respect. I was hearing people talk about your game and hearing what you could do. And I was like, this could be just the hype of it all. But tonight, I can say, watching you play against the other young lady in Angela Reese, whose name is also very well known and screamed about a lot. You guys got your personas and everything like that. This was a chance for me to start watching and seeing you guys go head to head. And at the moment right now, the better team and the better players are, in my opinion, are on the Fever side of the ball. But, Chi-Town going to fix that. We're not going to just let it go like that the whole time. We're going to fix that. We going to get it together. So, with that being said, Hyphy, you got anything you want to add? I know you'll be bouncing in and out. And
yeah, I'm here. I'm here for sure. I'm here for good.
Okay, so shoot, let's crack it out, cause I know you've been talking good about Caitlin for a minute, so I know you got plenty to say. And let me say this: Hyphy is masterful with making sure that our graphics are tight and everything. And if you guys like basketball, give us a shot on boxing too, because we also do boxing on Tuesdays. But tonight it's all about that orange peel going up and down that court. Let's get it.
Yeah. So starting off this game, it was a better start. I feel like the Fever, they were just blowing some defensive coverages constantly. They got off a few open looks. The guards for the front court for the Sky, they knocked down some good shots. So they got out what it was like 11 or 13 point lead sometime in that first quarter. They got off to a real good start. That's when the Fever, they just tied up on their defense, and then of course they just had the better offense, so they were able to close that gap by the second quarter. And that's when they took control of the game and they never let go of it. And that was pretty much all she wrote. I'm still surprised by the score because it was 91-83, but that score was it doesn't represent how wide of that second
It doesn't
half.
how right. It doesn't show how well how they were outplayed.
Yeah, big time. This game, unfortunately, it pretty much shows why there's no competition as far as who's the rookie of the year. I mean, this is just a perfect prime example of why Caitlin is just miles ahead of Angel when it comes to that debate as far as a rookie of the year. You could just definitely see the levels between the two players. No disrespect to Angel, but she has a lot to work on, whereas
Right. I agree with you
Caitlin
on that.
yeah, whereas you look at Caitlin and you like you
She
can.
has a lot of the tangibles already. She can shoot. She can dribble. She can shoot off the dribble. She can catch and shoot. She has a nice, oh my goodness, she has a nice stop and go. When I saw her going and then just stop on a dime like that, I'm like, okay, she's showing me some things. And then, she's coming down and she's making correct passes. She's making chest passes, bounce passes, like you're taught. She wasn't trying to shine and show out. Later on, she made a couple of little gypsy doodle passes, put a little pizzazz to it, some flair to it. But for the most part, she played within the boundaries of the game. She didn't let anything really bother her or get her down, foul or a bad call or anything like that. You didn't see her wear it on her shoulder. She had quick memory loss, and she went right back to work, making sure that the team could look at her and keep clicking, because that's what the captain of the team, the leader of the team, is supposed to do. Be able to let the rest of the team look at you and see, hey, it's gonna be all right. It was a few times that I saw Angel's face get a little twisted up. I saw her get a little unhappy because she didn't get a whistle that she thought she was gonna get. Forget thinking about the whistle, man. If you don't get the whistle, too damn bad. You keep balling. Even so, what you telling me? If the whistle blow, you gonna stop right there? No, you gonna keep powering to the hole. See if you can get an and one. I didn't see that with them tonight. I saw them, kind of let their heads get down a little bit. They still balled, but they didn't ball. They didn't have that. We can still get it. We can still do it. I wasn't seeing that out of the girls out of Chicago tonight. And what I've also noticed, I'm going to put this out there. When you got a team that is not well equipped, well adapted to shoot, really living and dying by the three, and you hear that this team is strong on the inside, they play the paint well and everything like that, that's when you collapse their ass. Meaning you start tightening up on the paint. You notice that it wasn't easy work when Angel or the other young lady that kind of favors, well, she don't favor Angel, but when you looking at them on TV, the camera, the way they dress with the leg band, I don't know what her name is.
You can't tell who's who, huh?
Yeah, you not really, because they both got the leg thing, they all that kind of
stuff. The whole
team,
yeah, got it, yeah.
So when it came to that, I noticed how the Fevers bigs was getting down there and they was meeting with Angel and old girl. They wasn't just letting them get in there and do what they wanted to do, and that brings a lot to the table when it comes to going to a game, because when a team such as Chicago, the way they're built, it's in my opinion, when you start collapsing and the girls in the inside not really doing nothing, who else do you have to turn to? You know what I'm saying? We're not really a great outside shooting team. Yeah, we have every team in America that plays basketball, there's going to be one night, and I don't care what anybody says, this is pretty much more fact than anything. Every team has had a night where they just were unbelievable when it came to shooting. Some of them get it for the whole night, some of them get it for a quarter, some of them get it for a half. But whenever that hits you, you just got to ride it through. And it's well documented as tonight, like you said, the Chicago team came out and they started off hot and they started off shooting and hitting well, and then went downhill after that. Caitlin Clark and them never stopped doing what they were supposed to have been doing. They kept pushing the ball, they kept passing the ball, and when the Chicago team was walking up the field, bam, here they come. They running the ball up your back. You got to get up and down the court constantly. Sandwich just said Reese should be embarrassed. I can agree with you with that. If you want to elaborate a little more, please do. But I can agree that, you know, what was it? 4. What did I say she had in the beginning of the game? The first half, 4, 6, 1-1, something like that. I think that's her numbers. Yeah, she was 4.6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal.
And mind you, 2 of her field goals came in what we would call, was it sandwich time or lunchtime at the end of the game when they had taken their starters out. That's where she got 2 of her buckets
to help her to get her double.
Yeah,
she pretty much played the whole game. I did realize that, another thing that got the Chicago team in trouble, they got in foul trouble. Frustration leads to fouls. Playing good defense, yes, you can. Sometimes you end up getting in foul trouble. The referees get a little loosey-goosey on the whistle. But for most points, when you're known as a defensive player, and that's what you do, they kind of give you a little leeway. Like I said, Angel at points in the game, I saw she was more concerned about why the whistle didn't get blown. Like when they went to her in the paint and she let old girl come around her, because really she was being lazy on making herself big so she can get the ball to work. She just didn't get big enough so the ball can be bounced into. Old girl reach right around and slap the ball off. They take off the other way. She's standing there, start walking down the court with her hands out like she should have got the call. No, you didn't get the call, so get down court. They already got you guys at a disadvantage because you down here complaining. And a lot of times, the Fever took advantage of them walking, not getting back down the other way. You miss a basket on the other side. You don't get the rebound. First thing you're supposed to do is hustle down to the other end of the court. All the Chicago wasn't hustling down to the other end of the court. Easy layups were being made. And that's ridiculous. A coach bust a blood vessel screaming at the top of his lungs trying to get everybody to hustle. Yeah, I know it's easy for people to say, well, you can't expect the person to run up and down the court all the time. First of all, you would expect them to give more effort. You can look at a player when they're running up and down the court and see that they are not giving a damn effort. You can see that. You can see when they just half-assing it. And half-assing it is usually when the points start busting up on you. That's usually when they take the lid off on you and you look up again and you're down. You was down by 6 or 7, and now you're down by 17. Why? Because you took a couple of plays off and they didn't. So, yeah, she should be embarrassed. Her whole team should be embarrassed for not playing and leaving it all on the table. Isn't playoffs around the corner? Aren't we fighting for playoff positions? Aren't we fighting the whole playoff spots right now? And that's the effort that you're going to give? You might well give your spot to somebody else if that's how you're going to play.
Oh, yeah, they definitely fighting for it. Trying to get that at 8th seed. I definitely don't think they'll get more than an 8th seed if they get in at all, but I truthfully don't think that they'll get in at all. So I know you don't watch this Chicago Sky team often, but they were missing, I feel it's clearly their best offensive player, actually the best player on the team, Kennedy Carter. Now, do you remember some months ago, there was a clip that went viral. There was a light-skinned black lady who she basically bumped Caitlin real hard. She said, "You bitch." And then she bumped her real hard and made Caitlin fall to the ground. I don't know if you remember that or not.
I think that's when they were making the argument about Caitlin getting brutal. They get a little brutal with Caitlin.
Yes, yeah.
That's about that time.
So, anyways, the young lady who did that was her Kennedy Carter. She is, she's like their offense as far like she's the heart of that offense. She's aggressive, but she's the one who can create her own shots. ISO, she'll put the ball on the floor in the paint. So, to me, she's definitely their best player on this team. I know it's about Angel Reese, but she's clearly their best player if you ask me. And without her, like they have no chance of ever making the playoffs.
So
But yeah,
she's the engine that makes it go.
oh yeah, definitely. She's like she's a feisty one. She plays hard, but she can back up her game in that talk. You know, she will put the numbers up. She will play defense. They miss her a whole lot. Like to me, that's like the one player on this team you can afford. I would rather have Angel out than have her out. Like you need her. And this team, they really miss Kennedy right now.
Yeah, man. It makes a difference not only for your team when you, as you put it, the best player is missing. So we still work just as hard, but we don't have that factor to worry about. The opposing team is who I'm talking about. Not that I think that the Fever was really worried about Chicago at all. Yes, they did end up going out of the season with what? They 3-1. That's what the Fever boasting right now. Caitlin Clark is 3-1 over Angela Reese, right? Angel Reese. I was hoping that they tied it up and went out 2-2. But looking at the way they played tonight, I had no expectations that the Chicago team was going to pull it off at all. I really didn't. I was just sitting back seeing how bad they were going to lose it. No, I'm being serious because when I got to the game, when I turned the game on, they were up by I think 11. I think they were up by 11. So I'm watching how the game is going, and I see a couple of open shots that they missed, and I see them get the rebound, and I see them blow the putbacks, and I'm like, oh, this is not going to be good. And then Caitlin goes down, makes a nice pass to the young lady with the puffy hair, and she done a nice little layup. I'm gonna learn everybody on the team. Like I said, I'm gonna learn them. She got a couple of good passes off where they got a couple of good layups, and then she got a couple of good passes off where the jumpers, where the girls stop and shoot. One of them was a lefty shooting from the left corner. It was just nice and refreshing to see that kind of ball. And then when she opened up, she took the first shot. I was like, okay, she had a nice little form this, but then she did it again, and before I realized it, the young lady hit four threes.
Yeah,
and I'm impressed. I'm so impressed because I'm like, Hyphy, the compliment that you gave her and said she kind of reminds you of like a Stephen Curry. I agree. Because I seen the way she pulled up, she could pull up off the dribble, bam, just like that. They pass it to her, she catches shoot, bam, just like that. And she has a quick release. I mean, she gets the ball from waist to over her head and out her hands so fast and so effortlessly. And she's one of those shooters that can pretty much tell when it leaves her hand and she probably didn't hit the basket. Hell of a shooting for her, man. She's a good shot, a good shot. And I agree with you. She'll put you in the mind of a Stephen Curry. I can't wait to see other games, these other girls that you guys been telling me about and their skills. I can't wait because the sample that I got tonight was awesome.
Yeah, that was the question I definitely wanted to ask you, but this is the perfect time now because you've actually watched, these women play. What NBA player? This could be any player in the history, retired, current, whatever. What player does Caitlin most resemble you of, if in your opinion?
If you mean like attitude wise,
just her play
or the way she plays.
But yeah, if you want to include like her attitude and temperament, leadership, I mean, you could definitely point out those qualities as well, and give some type of comparison to them. But if you can't think of like, I want to know like what one player, and then I want you to also just tell me like if you had to say her style is a combination of this player and that player, you could combine them also.
Okay, if I'm allowed to combine, I would the most updated player I would say would be Stephen Curry, or who's another person that can dribble and pull up like that? Just what's the guy, Damian Lillard? That's his name, Lillard.
Yes,
Damian Lillard. I think because his way that he stops and pops, Curry the way he can stop and pop. She has that. I want to give her that bird mentality because it looked like she'd be out there talking crazy. I ain't for sure, but it looked like she got that little. She got that little swag about herself that she'll let you know that she'll get with you, not get with you fighting, but she'll get with you. But yeah, I'll be getting crump. She'll get with you when we out here on this court. Since you trying to clown, she look like she'll try to clown like that. But the shooting parameters of Lillard and Curry, I didn't really have to see her clamp down in defense tonight, so I can't really make my mark on what kind of defense she has. So I'll leave that mark with a question mark over it right now, as far as seeing what kind of defensive lockdown she has. But as far as mentality go, I say she got a mentality like a bird, but a shot like a release and handles to get away somewhere in the range of Lillard and Curry. That would be my assessment.
Okay. Good assessment. And the thing, like, it's easy for me to say, she being compared to Curry because he's the hot one of this up right now. But no, like, she does have similarities to him. They are players that look to get their team involved as well, but they can't knock down that shot. Now, I'm gonna give you the person that I would say her game is more similar to, out of any player I could think of in the history. Now, she's a point guard. You can definitely tell, like, her style makeup is a point guard. To me, she is a women's version of Steve Nash.
Steve Nash?
Yeah. She has all of the qualities of Steve Nash, if you ask me. Look, offensive-wise, she can see the court and make amazing passes, just like Steve Nash did. Just vision of seeing that court, awareness of the defense and and offense at all times.
You hit him with Steve Nash, not to cut your thought. Yeah. I was trying to give somebody more current because I know the audience is pretty young. You come out with Steve Nash. I don't know how many of you youngsters really know about old Nash. But keep going, man. My bad. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, yeah. Okay, yeah. So Steve Nash, yeah, that's who her game just most resembles, if you ask me. Now, Steve Nash, he could shoot the ball real well, but he wasn't going to shoot a whole bunch of threes like Curry, but he could shoot that three real good, and he was going to take the good threes. Her threes, for the most part, are good attempts. It's just, I really just say this girl is the women's Steve Nash. I would say, she has a little bit better defense. That's all I would say. But as you can see from tonight's game, she when they had like technical fouls, she was, knocking down her free throws. Her free throw percentage is high.
Yeah, like 90%.
Yeah, this is Steve Nash. And watching Steve Nash, so this is amazing.
Oh, okay. Well, let's ask the chat and those who might listen later. Who would you consider Caitlin Clark game like if you were able to compare it to one of the greats out of the NBA? Since we doing that, we marking them up like that. But do you think she gonna because Diana Taurasi with her cold shooting self? You think Caitlin gonna end up being a better shooter than her?
That I don't know. It should be like a better shooter than Taurasi because the thing about Taurasi also, look at how long she's been in the league and she's still shooting it real cold. So I don't know about that, but yeah, I see. I don't want to take that away and just say, oh yeah, because look, Taurasi been in the league this long and still shooting that ball real good. So I'm not going to put that on her just yet. But just right now, how she's shooting it, she's shooting it good enough for us to all give a lot of credit and recognition to. I just like the fact that she takes good shots as well.
Right.
Now, I want to like bounce back and forth. Angel Reese. Okay, this team. Now I don't know. Did you see the other young lady? She had like some burgundy hair, also long hair. She was bigger than Angel Reese. She was the center for the Sky. Okay, yeah, that's their center. So Camila Cardoso, she's also a rookie. She comes from Brazil. So those are their two rookies. and then Kennedy Carter is their small forward. So they're really dependent on that backcourt to be, to like really lead this team. But I feel like Camila Cardoso and Angel Reese, they're not going to be able to be a pairing for a long time, because in this era of basketball, your power forward has to be able to, put the ball on the floor, or shoot the ball. Definitely has to be able to shoot the ball. You can't have two big, forward and center clogging the paint, because they do the same thing. They clog the paint too much. It takes away from the offense. So for that reason, I don't think that you could pair these two for long. One of them going to have to go. Obviously, it's going to be Camila Cardoso. But in this era of basketball, you just can't have those two types of players on the same team starting. You can't put them on the floor at the same time.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I was trying to figure it out, but you're saying you can't have them both on the court at the same time, because they pretty much do the same thing, and their games don't expand to most of the court. It's mostly down in the paint and around the basket area.
Like the days of having, Shaquille O'Neal as your center, Eldon Campbell as your power forward. That was great back then. Them days are over now. David Robinson and Tim Duncan. That was great back then. That style of play just doesn't work now.
Well, that's why I call, because I remember you saying that, the girls are still young, they're rookie types. We need to see how they're working in the off season. What part of the games are they working on? As far as Angel, I would like to see her work on her post moves, and also being able to get the ball out to at least 10 to 15 feet and be able to consistently make a shot like that from at least that range. You know what I'm saying? Because they give you a mid range that if you do have to have her and the other young lady in there where they both sucking up the paint, one of them can play high post, especially if you can depend on that high post shot being a consistent fall in. Akeem, when they first had Ralph Sampson and Akeem was together, that's kind of the problem they were having. But Ralph Sampson wouldn't be willing, because the coaches wanted him to play a little more to the outside like Kevin Durant and them do. He didn't want to do that. If you got a big man or a power forward that in the WNBA, if one of them control that high part of the post and at least halfway to the 3-point line, where she forces somebody to come out to cover her there, if she's a threat, then yeah, it would be good. It would be good. But Angel Reese and the rest of those girls are going to have to work on more parts of their game. Defense, yeah, keep that part. But you need to work on you some post moves, or at least being able to get you a shot off at least 10 to 15 feet from the basket. At least 10 to 15 feet from the basket. That damn Caitlin Clark be standing like 5 feet from behind the 3-point line. I've seen her shoot a couple of bad shots, but I felt like they were heat checks because she had started hitting so regularly.
Yeah. See, that's the thing too. She got range too, bro. And she got that range and accuracy. She good for them 3 balls, and that's an important piece too.
There's another
she's
young
one
lady.
Of your shooters.
There's another young lady on that team that has a nice shot.
What was
it's the skin 2 color? Of them. One of them has a ponytail. She's blonde with a ponytail.
You're talking about that. I like her a lot. That's Lexi Hull.
Okay, she has a nice shot. And there's a sister, bright skinned sister on that team, kind of
Kelsey Mitchell. Oh no. You're talking about because you said like bright skin. That's
yeah, she kind of bright skin, like a red bone.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I know who you're talking about. But okay, I thought you was talking about Kelsey Mitchell.
Oh, it's another one on there that can shoot too?
Well, yeah. Well, Kelsey Mitchell, she is like the number 1 offensive player for the Indiana Sky. She would be like the heart and soul of, like, prior to this year, she was like the heart of that Indiana Fever team. So Kelsey Mitchell.
Okay,
was
because she was leading the game. I think she was leading the game in the first half, or maybe with 18 points.
Yeah, that's her.
So yeah, they got some girls that can shoot. And Lindsay Allen, she was the scoring leader for the Chicago Sky in the first half. They first half stats was pretty close. They had people representing them because the leader had 16 for Chicago and Kelsey had 18. Uh, two players
Yeah,
from Chicago had 6 rebounds. And what's her name?
the other
Nalisa.
girl you like is Nalissa Smith. That's the one you
Oh,
like.
that's her name, Nalissa.
Yeah, and she actually comes off the bench.
Yeah, but she had 5. She had 5 rebounds by herself. So they had up until that point 2 girls with 6 rebounds. That's 12. She had 5. But that's a lot of extra shots. The killer was Caitlin Clark had 7 assists. Oh, Lindsay had 5 assists. I bet she was the leading scorer and the assist leader in the first half of the game. Not bad at all. I make sure I keep my eyes on Lindsay. But that right there, those kind of stats is why the game in the beginning at halftime was still so close, and it looked like it was a different kind of game. Just those extra rebounds and the assists, depending on where the assist was from. A lot of Caitlin's assists, a few of her assists weren't 3-pointer assists, they were 2-pointer assists. I think a couple of old girls' assists was right out the gate, and they were 3-pointers.
Now look, if you like just watch other Fever games, MZ, if you just count the amount of good passes, you will see almost every possession where they, bring it in from one side of the court to the other. Kaylin always drop a cold dime. Now, look, it'd be a nice dime. Just sometimes, the players they miss it, but she always drop a dime. So, I'm gonna tell you like this: if she was, playing like in the NBA, she'd be having at least 20 assists like every game. Like she just had, players that can like finish, like the guys do, because she be dropping some cold dimes. Like
Well, I
every
see the
every
girls,
play.
they was finishing tonight. They was
Yeah, yeah,
finishing tonight. They was
yeah.
finishing good tonight. I'm sorry. It seems like my pause is your pause. Go.
No. Oh yeah, we might be like a little delay, but yeah, she always be dropping dimes, bro. That just be amazing me. Like even the plays where they don't get a bucket, I'm like, oh, that was a cold dime she dropped. But yeah, that's what I say. Like, bro, her passing is so elite because those passes they don't come up in the stats obviously because there's no field goal. But yeah, she always dropping dimes. Now the Chicago Sky, I think it was pretty evident their weakness, and this has just been ongoing, especially without having Kennedy Carter. They don't have a guard, a perimeter player that can really, drive and create offense or penetrate the defense in any way. But then even if they did, it's like how are you going to do that when you got Camilla and Angel Reese who are clogging the paint? That's a huge problem.
That is. And I did not notice anyone that looked like they um, were like the designated person that you be like, okay, we know we can turn to this person. They can get in the paint and do their thing. Well, that young one lady, but she kept getting in the paint. They collapsed just like they were supposed to. She had to come on back up out of there. You know what I'm saying? That's the smart thing about the Fever that they recognize. The Sky aren't, in my opinion, what I saw, they are not a good jump shooting team. And collapsing on the paint when one of the guards, one of the people that you assume is one of the better shooters on the team, is in the paint with you. Now you got Angel Reese, who's kind of at the free throw line, hovering around there. But the other big girls from the Fever have collapsed on your guard, and they between you and the ball. And they were too big for her to actually see Angel to try to get a pass out, which would probably have been dumb and a turnover. So she did the smart thing by taking it back out and trying to reset. But I feel you, Hyphy. They do need to. That's why I keep saying the girls gonna have to work on they're gonna have to work on their games. They're gonna have to work on their games so they could actually be able to do some other things than just being sitting around. Moody Treyweather in the house. Salute. Moody Treyweather is a basketball savant. He knows a lot about the hoop. Did you watch the game tonight, my brother? But Yeah, that's what it's gonna have to come down to. If I expect the Shy to be something super spectacular, like if people expected Angel Reese to blossom into this magnificent player, they're gonna have to make sure she's gonna have to make sure, okay, the Barbie doll thing is great, fine and dandy. That's your moniker, cool. You got you a Reebok deal, cool. Now it's time because you are here. It's the present. Now is the time to actually start balling because it's evident that Caitlin Clark is practicing to get better. That's evident. Don't end up being one of those people that's don't be one of those players that we say she could have been. He said, "Nah, he didn't get to catch it. Oh, it was a good game. Caitlin Clark came to play. The fever came to play. Let me not just put it all on Caitlin because she didn't do it by herself. They outplayed the they outplayed Chi-Town, man. They outplayed them. They started off shaky for first couple of seconds, but once it got rolling, that it was what it was. They outplayed those girls, and at this moment, uh, seeing the so-called two best rookies, from what I hear, media and everybody saying, the Indiana came out with the better rookie so far, a better second year player.
Yeah, it's not even a competition. Like I said, no disrespect to Angel. One thing that I will acknowledge is, their college season ends, they get drafted and they go straight to playing, so they don't get any type of off season. So you're throwing rookies into the season who haven't had a rest and they haven't had a time to really get accustomed to the team as much. So, it's tough for them to have a good first year. Caitlin is one of the few that's been able to do it. So I hope Angel can make a lot of progress over the off season. I know she had, deals going and stuff, but I hope she just puts a lot of focus on the actual basketball and improving her game. She's going to have to develop some offense, a lot of offense. It's going to take some time for a few, like 3 years at least. But I hope that, she can make a little bit of progress every year because she doesn't have she doesn't have that offensive touch. She doesn't have a shot. Like, she can't shoot. She's not really a threat outside the paint. Most of her points come off putbacks. That's how she get most of her points and rebounds, off of putbacks. She doesn't have like a athletic advantage over the women, so like she did in college, so she can't just blow past them. So that's why her offensive game really struggles. Like, she just doesn't have much of an offensive game, period. So that's something she has to hugely work on this off season to become a lot of a better player. MZ, I don't know if you're familiar with this woman. She's won the championship the last 2 seasons. Asia Wilson.
Oh, Asia.
Yeah, she and Angel, they pretty much play that same position at forward, center. Well, Asia's more of a center, but Angel's going to be compared to Asia, and Asia could, this girl has 40-point games and regularly get 30. She's going to have, it's a huge difference between what Asia could do offensively and what Angel can. So Angel has a lot of work to do if she wants to really, step up into that position as one of the best.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where the fame, in my opinion, the fame has outgrown your skills to a certain point. And now this is where you have to make sure, like you saying, work on your game, uh, call on some of the old greats, be it female or male. I don't care which one it is. If they bounce the basketball and know how to score, put their back to the basket or something like that, she should be calling on them and call on them quickly because time will hurry up and have these fans getting real fickle and mad at you. And we don't want that. You know what I'm saying? You got everything you could possibly want, the athletes want. You got to get your behind out there. To me, I would love to see her with some moves with her back to the goal where she could turn around and score. I would love to be able to see her at least to put the ball down. You don't have to be a dribbling machine, but be able to put the ball down at least 2 dribbles where you can make a move and get it up in the air with a decent looking shot that's calibrated where you can get it to go in more than not. Work on your defense some more and everything because it's about to get hard. You're gonna have to face these names that's been named. You're gonna end up going up against Asia. Do you want to be smashed and kicked around, or do you want to have some shine about yourself? I can say at this moment right now, Caitlin Clark showed that she is ready for what's going to be coming and she's improving. Angel Reese, block out the noise. Forget all this old Barbie stuff. Let the fans do that right now. You don't have to be that no more. It's great that you bringing it up and doing stuff for the fans when they come in. You got Shaq in your corner and stuff like that. Let Shaq just trying to be Shaq. But learn. You know what I'm saying? Learn. Go and practice. Work on your craft. Work on your skills. Work on something that's gonna help you be able to be the Angel Reese the people are talking about you are. Because you're right, Hyphy. She don't have no moves when it's time to go to the basket. That move that she was making, it was more like like leading it forward and trying to scoop it under, trying to scoop up under the girl. Forget that. Get strong and buck. Put that little bouncy butt you got up on their ass and power dribble and make a move. Fake hard to the right and spin left. Put it up softly and let that mug fall through. Or power hard to the left and up fake, step through, and go to the basket. It's a lot of moves that she should be able to. Well, it's a lot of moves that I would hope to see her make in her time coming up. Just looking at tonight's game and like, come on, man, you supposed to be. I'm sitting over here like coaching, like, what are you doing? Why are you walking? Just having a fit. But at the same time, I'm looking at the Fever, and I'm praising one squad and fussing at the other squad because I watching that ball going up and down the court. People, when you see somebody do something cold or some good action going on in the game, I can't help it. It don't matter if it's the team I ain't going for. I recognize that. You know what I'm saying? I give recognition to that. And tonight, and she played for Indiana. Bird played in Boston, but he's from Indiana. I'm from Indiana, but it's something about our teams I just don't like. Always been a Chicago fan. It is what it is.
Yeah, see, Angel, okay. One part of me be wanting to compare it to like a Dwight Howard because he was like he didn't have that offensive touch. But I'm like, I can't completely compare to him because his athletic side was a lot greater than what hers is. He had an athletic advantage. She really doesn't. Then I feel like it's disrespectful to compare to Dennis Rodman because she's just getting putbacks, and that's how she's getting her points off putbacks. Rodman was really like snatching boards, so I feel maybe like she's like kind of somewhere within there, but she just don't have no type of offense ability. When it comes to the women in the paint,
hold on, because
has
Robin played defense too. You got to give him all it. Robin played defense. He didn't just rebound. He played defense, got in people's head. Was very athletic, and he could score. He just chose not to.
Yeah, and that's why I said I can't compare it to Rodman because that would be a disrespect to his time, especially when he was in Detroit. But Angel, when it comes to the women who play forward center, she has like the lowest field goal percentage. It's like 40 something, like around there. That's obviously not good because all your shots come in the paint pretty much. She's like one of the highest in turnovers also. So she can't put the ball on the floor, even if it's just a few dribbles. She really can't put the ball on the floor. So that's what I'm saying. Her offensive game needs a whole bunch of work. And one thing you did say, and I would have said this yesterday, is she got to get with one of the retired male players to develop that game. Do it ASAP. Go spend the whole winter with them. Just go do it. So yeah, I hope she does that because trust is going to help out that team a whole lot. And I don't want her profile, her brand to be so much higher than her ability on that court, because that's how some of these athletes like could fall into even like a depression if they just be known as a bust. And I don't want to see that happen to her, because I've seen it happen to so many others, and that's not cool.
No, you're right. You're right. I was actually kind of sitting thinking along the same line. It's a lot of young ladies that are following these girls. My daughters are high on a lot of these lady athletes right now, and excited at seeing what they can do and getting the respect that they're getting at certain levels. So that being said, she probably never hear coming from us. Boy, Moody Trayweather say that she has the Moses Malone effect if Moses was bad. Damn. that's cold blooded. That's cold blooded. If he was bad. But the thing is, she got grit about her. She has grit, heart, and some determination. She does have some skills. Let's not pretend like she don't, because she wouldn't even be this far if she didn't. But what she does have to do in order to keep the shine up on her, I would love to see her doing some moves that a Kevin McHale would do. The way he would box himself out, pick up some of his little moves. I don't know how Sabrat the dream still is. I don't know if he can still show you a little wiggle here, a little wiggle there, but mess with him. Shaq's so powerful, but he did have moves and stuff. I don't know what she could gain from Shaq, because his game was more power than finesse. He could do some finesse stuff, but I don't know if he have enough finesse in his pocket to help her. I would go to people that reach out to a Scottie Pippen. He might know.
What about Patrick Ewing? Is that a good one?
Patrick Ewing? Ooh. Pat could show us some stuff. He did have, like I said, he had a nice little jumper. He could come away from inside the paint. He was one of the first centers that was doing that. He did have going to the basket every now and again. So that he also had that. Moody Trayweather say Hakeem. That was the first person one of the first people I named. That would be the favorite tutor for me. If I had a way to put a bug in her ear, that's who I would put. I was like, man, go train with a king. Go let the dream show you some stuff. And I mean, go train with him, breathe what he breathe, eat what he eat, listen to what this man say when it comes to that basketball court, and see if you can improve from where you are right now. Because I would like to see her, like you said, I don't want to see a brand take a hit. I need the WNBA to catch a little blaze behind them, so I can see, because I've seen some games or some highlights of these girls, and like, damn, that's what got me interested in. When you brought up Wembanyama, and then everybody started arguing about Caitlin and Angel, and then my daughter came on and started speaking. I said, let me start watching what's going on this basketball court, man. See what these people talking about. And lo and behold, it's on and cracking. It's popping in sports again. I'm almost missing some stuff. I done missed at least 5 or 6 seasons in basketball and football.
Yeah, well, it's definitely changing the guard right now. WNBA just got a lot interesting again. The WNBA, because it's only 12 teams at the moment, it's a lot easier to become familiar with and catch up on. So I guess that is a good thing. You can kind of like binge, catch up on stuff. But yeah, this is just a sample of what it's about. And the cool part is, tonight, even though it was a good game for you, I could make the argument and say you didn't even see the 2 best players in the league play tonight.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I have it. I'm pretty sure I have it because I saw them talking about a 4-time champion. That Just got her stuff hung up in the Raptors. So yeah, I know it's some more cold girls out there. Ain't no way you finna tell me these two rookies is the best, so they just getting started. I know it's the people that been holding it down, like Diana Taurasi. I know it's some people that's been holding it down in WNBA. I'm just for whatever reason super interested. Moody Trayweather say, "Hear me out, Carmelo. She can learn footwork and post moves." Yeah, Carmelo, I can see that. I can see that. Angel Reese out there doing some moves like old Melo.
Yeah. I mean, just get with one of the guys, and I'm sure they'll try to help you out a whole lot. Probably be an advantage over, some of your others that's not working
Trying
with
to
like.
find one that ain't horny.
Yeah, right.
With the rumors to be floating around, the white might be her best option.
Man. Ooh,
Oh,
hey,
Kwame Brown, would be a good option.
hey, I was just it was just running through my mind when you said Hakeem. I just want to like side note, how amazing is it that since Hakeem, there's only been one player who's pretty much come and been like that, which is Jokic.
And you say, what's the question?
Like just how amazing that like since Hakeem, there's only been one person that's come along since that people would say is like him.
That's a big man using that footwork, and you
Yeah,
saying that's Jokic. Well, Akeem hasn't been playing for how long now? That's pretty good. Jokic. How long has Jokic been in the league?
yeah, he's got about around like 7 years in the league, somewhere around there.
Okay, so Akeem was gone before he even got to the league.
Oh yeah, way before. Yeah.
Okay, so people have had a chance to get big drinks of Kevin Durant and Steph Curry and LeBron James and stuff like that. We haven't really been seeing nobody in the paint, that big men that could take you in there and mix you up and blend you up. For his footwork to be good like that is great, but what's the chances you really seeing it on display, because the game has gone away from that type of play that the King was in, that the chances of seeing it actually being used is not going to be there for the men. You know what I'm saying? Because their game's not like that no more. You don't really have big men that's banging like that.
Good question. So my thing is, it kind of like attests to what I'm saying. That style is so rare. What Hakeem had, you only had, it's like you probably really can't teach it anymore. It's almost like a lost art. So it's like, I guess I got to give a lot of props to Jokic because he actually came with it. Um, so yeah, that style is like, I mean, boy, like to copy that style is very rare. I would bet you'll see a poor man's replica of Kobe and Jordan a lot more than you will see any replica of Hakeem.
Well, now that you mentioned it, and I'm looking at Hakeem, his stuff could be used for somebody that was coming from outside of the paint, driving in, stopping, giving you that up fake, give you the footwork. Because King would drive to the basket and make moves and have you throw it off. So yeah, I could see that working, because you could drive to the paint hard and put your moves in. Not only could you do with that work on some defensive players, it would cause some defenses to collapse, which would give you a better chance of if you got the IQ. It'll let you open. You'll see your vision where you can see the person who has the easier shots, or is the easier shot in your hand at the moment. But his style, driving to the hole hard and then going into the fakes and up fakes that he would do, you almost guaranteed to get fouled, get points, or hit the open man. Hopefully he makes the drops the shot and you get the assist. So yeah, I could see it being super dangerous. And if that's how Jokic play, then I can see why so many people are high on him.
Yep, because you could take Hakeem and you could put that style in the league right now. The only thing is, Hakeem, he would have had to be a 3-point shooter as well. But yeah, you could put him in the same era right now and be just as dominant.
Well, in order for, in my opinion, for him to be just as dominant, he would need to be surrounded by defensive juggernauts in every position, and you have to have at least two of them coming off the bench, and then everybody still have whatever scoring skills they got. But you would have to have that, because you would have to tighten up defense to the point that every team you play, you have to make them miss their average, because you're depending so much on something going to the inside like that. And in order for you to make them miss their average, whether they a 3-point shooting team or whatever, you have to bring down their average, but you have to assure yourself that you average more than what you bring them down to.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. Got to just bring down the averages a little bit. Well,
Right.
make sure you keep yours up.
That's where that's the notion of defense wins championships. Defense wins anything, because if you can stop them from scoring what they're used to scoring, and you can achieve what you usually, if you can stop them from scoring what you score, how about that? If I can stop you from scoring what I average, then 9 times out of 10 I'm gonna win. That's what you should be setting out, in my opinion. In order to become a champion, that's what you should be setting out to do. I'm not setting out to say I'm going to blow you out every game, because that's super hard to do if everybody just running up and down the court shooting, because it's the most they could shoot. But if I could lock you down and make sure you don't score what I average, yeah, I'm going to beat you. But everybody got to buy into playing hella defense all the time. It ain't the prettiest thing, but it's beautiful. Defense wins it all. Offense is just a byproduct of it.
Yep, got to have some defense at the end. I mean, that hot offense, it'll take you somewhere, but not all the way.
Usually when you really look at it, you don't really see a lot of games where both teams are just blasting each other right out the gate. Just bam, I'm hot, and they just going at it. Usually the team end up real hot. The other team is either not playing the greatest of defense, or that team going through one of those spells that I was speaking about earlier where, hey, it's just one of those nights. But most of the time, the other team is either turning it over and they shoot the ball down, and the dudes is really looking at easy shots, and they just happen to sink them. Now they done sunk a few. They done got that rhythm. It don't matter that you down there and you closing out at them, but you half-ass doing it. So that's just like still not bothering, and they still sinking it. So, yeah, that's why you have to play defense all the time. Even when you miss the shot, your boy go to the hole and he miss a layup, don't be saying, damn, get out on court. That's what you got to do. You're trying to keep them from keeping them from stopping. You got to stop them from scoring your average. You do that, works every time. Even in football, remember when all the defensive teams, they stop. You got the number one defense against the number one offense, and they going on the field against each other. If that defense shuts down that number one offensive any way, a lot of times that team lose. Same with basketball.
Yeah. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was about to just drift on to it, but what were you about to say? I think I stopped.
Yes, this was a perfect example of the NBA. This championship finals, you had the coldest front court duo, but they had offense, but the defense just wasn't there. So yeah, definitely perfect example. Teresa Witherspoon. I don't know if that name rings a bell or not.
Who should it? Because no, it's not ringing. Teresa
Okay, well, yeah, she's
Witherspoon.
a legendary bat retired basketball player, but she's the coach for the Chicago Sky.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, girl with the
yeah,
braids.
yep, that's her. Yeah,
Oh, they were showing some footage about her earlier today. I saw some footage on her shooting it up earlier today.
yeah. So kind of one of those situations where legendary player, but people have mixed feelings on her as far as being a coach. You got some people that feel like she's just not capable of coaching this team, so they want to already put a plug on the coach. But that's some of the ramblings. But I feel like it's more so this team, they just need to be developed more because it's centered around Angel Reese, who needs a lot of development. She's very young in her career. She's playing alongside Camila Cordoso, who's also a rookie, very young in her career. So you just need some time for those players to develop.
Now, I'm going to say something that's probably not going to be very, very popular, but dare I say this, and I'm going to, Chicago might have made a move with getting Angel Reese because of the popularity and really didn't look at the overall skills of it all. Did they really, if they really evaluated her upswing and everything like that, that she could turn into a great player, a phenomenal player, who dare say maybe even a superstar, because Chicago like to boast that kind of stuff. Or did they just go after the fact that she was so popular and she's the Bayou Barbie and all this kind of stuff and everything? Could that have played a part in it? But then you did say there's only 12 teams and there's only so much that you you can pick from. Joseph Brown has slid into the building. He said, "Stop hating on women, Steph Curry." Who did that?
Nah,
glad to see you in here, brother.
Joseph, that's the women Steve Nash. Get it right. That's why I compared her to. That's Steve Nash, boy.
Yeah, so that would be my question about it, because it's so much of her game that, in my opinion, that she has to work on, and you don't really know how much of a learning curve you got, and to go for the people that's mumbling about it. The coach is the right person for the job. Get a lady a chance. Angel Reese just got there. Matter of fact, a few of the players that she got just got there. So let this woman get a chance to know what she got, figure out a game plan to get the best out of what she has, and then try to make a decision. But dang, just because you feel like this isn't the right person for the job, that's the first thing you start doing. Oh, we got to get rid of her because she don't know what she's doing. She must know what she's doing a little bit. Give her a chance. She played on the highest level. Give her a chance to see if she can figure out, because you got to think about this. Yeah, she played at the highest level. She was a superstar, and you expect that to just translate straight into her coaching. Well, let her get her feet wet and figure out how she needs to deal with the players, because she's not one anymore. She's trying to give the knowledge over to them and get them to do what she needs them to do, or at least what she thinks she sees they can do in order for them to win. That takes a little bit of time. Coaches that you think are so great, you give them all the time in the world. They be getting their butts kicked. Let this lady get a chance to work with what she got. And then let's see what happens.
Yep, facts.
Joseph Brown said Nash could never shoot like that. Hype's argument for Nash was that Nash, when he did take shots, they were calculated and good shots. Nash really never took bad shots. That's why where Hype's going with that. He still give her the Curry shot and everything, but he giving her a lot more of her gameplay along the ledges of Nash, because Nash was the turnover machine and all that other stuff.
Hey, Joe, Nash, he may not be lighting it up like she do, but don't act like Nash could not knock down a three ball at a good percentage. He was never known as an average or just decent shooter. Nash was always known as a good 3-point shooter. Yeah, and he could shoot it off the dribble. He was more of off a dribble three shooter than a catch and shoot. Especially, don't forget his time in Dallas with Dirk and him. Yeah, Nash could shoot it. And Nash, most of the time, he was the highest percentage free throw shooter. He could definitely shoot that ball at a high level.
That man said, "Don't be." So JB, you Indiana Fever Caitlin Clark fan. I respect that. I respect that. She was balling tonight. She looked good. I won't say she was just all out balling because the Skytown didn't give her that much to make her have to put that type of effort out. But she ended up getting at least 30 points. The girl had 18 points on 6 3-pointers, man. 18 points on 6 3-pointers. Dropped some very nice dimes throughout the game. Did you watch the game? I'm sitting here telling you about the game. But this man say, thank God for the white girl.
Oh,
wow. Okay, yeah. Let me what was I about to say? Something. He threw me out. He threw me a curveball with that one.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah, it got me reading. Okay, so Nash, I'm throwing hyphy. I'm throwing right now.
I did want to comment on the whole, like, did they draft her? Talk about Angel.
Yes. Did they versus her skills, or did they versus? Do you think they might have drafted her versus her popularity?
I'll say this: it's one of those situations where the organization and fans, the city, would be angered at you and say, "This you have to take her with that pick." But so with that said, I just don't think they were thinking about completely building a proper team, because if you're going to take her, you can't also draft Camila Cardoso. That's the problem I have. You can't draft both of them. So I'm fine with you taking Angel because like you kind of pressured to, but you can't take her and Camila Cardoso, knowing that they don't even mesh well on the court together.
Then you must be thinking that that one of them got a real good upside, or you hoping that. So maybe they see that Angel might be a hard worker and she might end up turning into that star that right now her persona is showing. But only time will tell. And right now, time is telling that the Fever is up 3-1 over my Sky. How about that? Damn.
Yeah.
That Caitlin Clark can shoot, man. That little girl can shoot.
Man, I mean, you got to be impressed at just multiple parts of the game. She could knock down a three. She could shoot. You could count
she
on
can
her.
Dribble.
Yeah, got to
take the ball.
You could count on her to make clutch free throws. As I'm saying, her game is it.
And she can facilitate that more. She got a nice little pizzazz about it when it comes to dishing that peel off. Oh, man. That boy Joseph Brown said Angel is the star. She got the hood. First of all, she got to overcome. I feel like she got to overcome the fame. She got to play up to where her praise is. If that makes sense. She got to play up to that. And one of them is already playing up to it. And Eric ought to slid into the house. And his first words are, Snow Bunny for 3. Yes. Wow. No, I just okay.
Hey Joseph, I was watching some James Harden highlights from his first year in Houston, and I said, man, it's a huge difference from when these players, when they're actually in shape compared to when they put on excess weight. But I said, man, that dude was a talent as well. That's some super offensive firepower.
I was listening to Gilbert Arenas speaking on something about they had to deal with weight. Because remember I was talking about Zion's Zion's contract and his weight and everything like that. And Gilbert Arenas brought up a good point. He said once you get on the road and you start moving, he said really pay attention to these basketball players when the season starts. Look how lean they are, how cut they are, and as the season goes through, he said a lot of them start to lose that definition and they pick up a little weight. And that's because most of the time when they're on the road and they was doing all that, they not going out and doing, working out as much. They eat more. So he was like, Zion might have a problem throughout the season because he may end up gaining weight as the season is going. And it's not because he drag ass, and it's just that's how it is. I just thought I'd bring that up. Eric also, and you got to get tougher. She has to get stronger. I think she is tough. I think she's tough as nails, but she does have to get stronger. And I think she has to work on some post moves. Simple and plain, be able to put you back to the basket, make a move. Only put the ball down once or twice and go and make a move, and you should be good. Moody Trayweather says Zion is in the worst city to be in shape in. Yes, because don't he play for the Pelicans?
New Orleans.
Yeah, because they got all that good food, man. They got all that good food. They got seafood and Cajun food and oh man, he down there probably he having to fight every night at the house. Like, oh, they got steak, catfish, if that's what you like, shrimp, grits, if that's what you like, steak, just you name it. They on the golf, man. They got water surrounding them all up. Come on, baby. Come on. Yeah, he's struggling. But it is what it is. I can feel him with that. I hope he make his contract and get his money and have a good year. I really do.
Yeah, man. Boy, it's gonna be interesting. Like I said, next season when these women they also have a off season and just a break for the first time, how they come back. It'll be interesting to see the type of progress that's made. It's looking like Caitlin is gonna make a playoff appearance. Angel is looking like she's not.
Don't you say it. Hey. Now I know I'm just getting back into basketball though. But hey, Angel gonna make it to the playoffs. They gonna hold on to the 8th spot. They gonna hold on tight. They fighting tooth and nail. They gonna fight it off. They gonna hold that spot. Just better hope Caitlin don't nothing happen to her squad. They make a hiccup and end up falling out of 7.
Yeah, there's this blonde you referenced earlier. She was one who was just like catching and shooting as well on the Fever. Yes. Yeah, you got Lexi Hall. Now she was off the bench player on that the Olympic.
On the Olympic what?
Really
your voice went out. Again. I'm guessing that he's saying that she was part of the Olympic team coming off the bench.
Yeah.
But your voice had cut off, and I couldn't hear nothing else.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, she was on the Olympic team, but I just pointing out she that was just like a good pickup for the Fever, and she's gonna play like a very important role in that team's success. She's real good, shooting at a higher percentage too.
Yeah, I give you that. But what they got to do with Angie making it to to the playoffs, man? Why you want to put that jacket on the back like that? You couldn't be like, Andrew Neal could fight and hold off that 8th spot, do their thing. Nah, yes, I don't think she gonna make it.
Well, let's see what happens with Miss Kennedy Carter. Her injury isn't anything too serious, but if they do make it, it'll be on her back. They're ahead of the Atlanta Dream by not too much. So every game counts, and they haven't won too many games as of recent. So they just got to turn it around, man.
They're just going through a little something right now. Don't worry about it. They're gonna get it together.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, I guess that would be just better for the WNBA as a whole. Let's see.
Yeah, for two of everybody make the playoffs, they got big names. I would like to see the Skytown in the playoffs going against the Fever. I'm really tripping because I really don't like Indiana. I'm from Indiana. I love all the Chicago teams. So when they play against each other, it's like, I don't know, it's like a bittersweet type thing. An exciting kind of like, yeah, we finna kick y'all butt, but we live across the street type thing. I don't know. It's just fun. I just don't like Indiana.
A Midwest mashup.
Yeah. He said, "Are they doing an in-season tournament for the women's like theirs, like their counterparts?" I don't think. Do they do they don't have enough teams for that.
Like
they only got 12 teams, huh?
Yeah, so there's 12 teams, 8 teams make it to the playoffs. This style, which is what people want to see in every sport, is no conferences, no anything. It's just the best 8 teams, period.
Oh, can you imagine? Can you imagine the NFL or the NBA? Well, the NBA, they all play each other, but the NFL, they don't. Can you imagine the NFL having a Super Bowl with just the best 2 teams?
Just the
don't
best.
Matter what conference, just the best 2 teams. Everybody playing. Have it set up where a certain amount of teams get in. If you suck this bad, you just didn't make it. It don't matter what conference you come from. If you have to face this team, then that's who you face.
Yep, it would even out the NBA and NFL a lot because both sides would have just as challenging of a path to the championship.
Yes. Get rid of the East, get rid of the West. It's just the best, baby. It's just the best. You over here hoping that Chicago lose to Detroit, well, we taking that off the table. Now you might have to play Detroit. Now what? All those teams that in the East that's supposed to be so strong, and they weak in the West. Well, we taking that out the way. Now we're gonna stir up the pot, and everybody got to play everybody. Because there used to be an argument when Mike played. They were talking about the East was the harder division. Then it was the West was the harder division. And if you went and got a championship out of one of those sides, whoever was representing the harder side was 9 times out of 10 going to win. I don't want that. I just want, hey, that's the best team right there. It don't matter if they came from the West or the Northwest or the Midwest. It is what it is. Whoever wins, that's the champ. WNBA, I salute you for that.
Yeah, that's the truth. Ever since when Mike was there, it was the East that had an edge, but since then it's been a more lopsided edge for the West, and that's still true to this day.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember exactly how it was kind of set up. The big men was dominant mainly in the East. And in the West, they were like more flash pizzazz. Showtime. Lakers was kind of leading the scale on that. Then it changed over. And Shaq helped make that change where the West became the powerhouses. And the East some kind of way became soft. They didn't even become finesse. They just became soft. Well, that's not my word. That's just some of the people that I would hear complaining. But Caitlin Clark did her thing with Joe Fever. But next time they come up against the Sky, we're going to have some antibiotics for their ass.
Hey, y'all gonna have that Kennedy Carter. That's gonna be I'm telling you, that's like that. That heart of the soul and the other team. That one player that's getting nitty gritty. That's a huge difference maker.
Oh, believe me, I know your heart and soul missing from the team. If you don't have, if his best friend ain't on the team, and I say that in such a way, saying if his best friend ain't on the team, another cat that'd be like, man, we could do it because of such and so. That'll only work once, but that's all you need, hopefully. But if she's that spark, then yeah, we're gonna have some antibiotics for Caitlin Clark's fever. Nah, I like the way that sounds. Playoffs, baby, championship. Let's go, Angel Reese.
Yeah, and tonight it might seem like we're more so gloating on Caitlin and being hard on Angel, but don't get it wrong, because Caitlin, she's going to face some tougher teams, and it ain't going to be all peaches and cream like tonight. And so that'll come as well. And we'll cover that stuff as well.
Yeah, because only reason I'm hard on Angel is because I do want her game to get better. I do want her to be a star. I do want her to live up to what these little girls dream of her being. I've listened to my daughter talk about this young lady. I hear these young ladies' aspirations and what they look at the WNBA. That's one reason I'm like, that's another reason I want to pay attention to it. Because my daughter has showed such an interest in it, and I see how it moves her. I want to be a part of that if I can. I want to see it. I want to see it grow. If I need to be an ambassador for it, then so be it. Yeah, we're gonna watch some more games, and we're gonna come on and we're gonna talk about it. If Caitlin have a problem, now I don't want anybody that heard my voice tonight was riding with me because I was riding good for Caitlin. That's because she had a good game. And yes, I did go a little in on Angel, but that's because she didn't play up to the spectacularness that I think she should play in. I think I made up a word. If I did, they gonna like it. But other than that, I'm here for the league and I want to see him do a good thing. So if Caitlin mess up, I'm gonna be on her ass. Just the same. So be ready and don't get mad.
Right.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just agreeing with you.
Oh, okay. Eric, I'll say the way I always saw it was the West were always set up as more complete teams, and the East had more dynamic players like a duo. The Eastern players were more all around because of the roster shortcomings. Okay, that's a good scientific way of looking at it, Eric. I feel you on that one. Digging into my mind and thinking about it, seeing how I'm looking at the way it overlaid. Because I always looked at it as one of them was, you had the finesse team and then you had the power team. That's how I always looked at it. You had that team that they was grimy. You come in, they ain't letting you come in there and do no pretty ass layup on them. They not. They gonna slam you to the ground. Boom, get up out of here. Yeah, he gonna shoot. He gonna shoot his free throws, but he gonna think about the next time he come in his paint. I bet you. That's how they was walking. That's how those big men were doing back in the day. Oh, you came in here and tried to make me look bad? Okay, then. I got something for that. Bring your ass in here again. Elbow to the chest. Boom, down on the floor. Yeah, he gonna shoot some free throws, but he gonna think about it before he brings his ass back up in here again. Those were some days, but I tell you the truth. You still with me?
No, yeah, it's definitely like been a change, man. As far as just like the conferences and stuff. Luckily, this sport right here completely eliminates that. Now I guess the only thing that would be memorable, the most memorable thing about this season, I don't know if it's going to be the rookie of the year who wins the championship, or is it going to be the fact that this woman got snubbed from the Olympics team. But it's just a lot of memorable moments from this season. It's amazing to think that for the last like 8 years, the Indiana Fever, they didn't even make the playoffs. They started off this season like 0-5, 0-6, and 2-11 the first 13 games. Then they had a time where they just really turned it around, and now they're in the playoffs. So that was a huge turnaround. So this team, they really got it together. sometime, early summer, really, turned it around for the better.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna tell you who that's reminiscent of. Right after I read Eric R saying, "You don't mean on her ass like a pervert, but on her ass respectfully, like a fellow hooper with class." Appreciate that, E. Appreciate that a lot. That's kind of like LeBron-esque, huh? You know how they say Jordan-esque? LeBron, nah. I'm gonna just go ahead and say that's kind of like LeBron James. He came to Cleveland. They wasn't doing nothing. They went to the playoffs. Caitlin Clark. Her team was sucking, then she joined it. Now they in the playoffs, maybe. Angela Reese, playoffs, maybe. No, I'm pretty sure Angela. The sky gonna make it. How about that?
That 8th seed, they gonna get that 8th seed.
They holding on to. They got it right now. It's in their hands. They holding on to it real tight. Like, no, we're not giving this up. Y'all gonna have to pry from our cold, dead fingers. That's right. I don't hear no argument. I don't hear no rebuttals. Everybody must feel like I do.
Well, that's what it is. What I am going to do is look at the schedule. See, because I think like Friday would probably be a good time and we could recap. So hopefully we could get like some good Friday games. But I'm gonna look at the schedule, and we'll see what next Friday's schedule is.
Okay.
Yeah, because
And
man,
we'll pick the games we're gonna watch.
yeah, because I wish one of these, Minnesota Lynx versus Las Vegas Aces games would have maybe like last week would have landed on a Friday, because that's when you had, to me, the two best players in the league faced off, Asia Wilson and Nafisa Collier. Boy,
Asia she not gonna play on no Friday games.
no, I would have to check the schedule.
Oh, okay. I'm tripping.
Yeah, I'd have to check the schedule. But yeah, these two teams they played against each other last week. I call them the two best players in the league right now, Asia Wilson and Nafisa Collier. Yeah, they played twice last week.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and I was.
I got you, OG. Now go ahead. I'm tripping. I was reading. I forgot. I thought I had clicked the mic and I did.
It's a joy to see when you got like just the two best in the league, and they both actually playing at that higher level. Going at it.
Yeah. I'm sitting here. Remember back with Tina Thompson, Cheryl Swoops, when the league was fledgling. Cynthia Cooper, you know what I mean?
Dawn Staley, yeah,
right, and
Tamika Holdsclaw.
it's like it's a whole new draft of girls. The skills have improved. I will not say they haven't, you know what I'm saying, because they have. And I just really hope that it pick up, that people really do start, give them a chance. I don't see bad basketball. You know what I'm saying? I see good basketball out there. Good fundamentals and everything. I don't see anybody out there flopping around like a bad swan or anything. I see good coached basketball without the dunks. That's the only thing I miss. But I see them go to the hole and make some nice ass layups. They ain't playing. They get their little freak on when they jump in the air and do their layups with English off the ball and everything. Oh, girl, that Diamond girl, like I said, she gave me a little hype in the game when she went down court, went behind her back, and laid that hoe up, but she missed. It bounced off the front of the rim. But she went to the hole on them twice and handled her biz.
Yeah. That, just the level of play then definitely came up, huh?
It by leaps and bounds. But we'll see how the crowds do and how fickle they are, how fickle they aren't. He said, "Don't forget." I didn't forget Cynthia Cooper, Eric R. I said Cynthia Cooper. He said, "I hate when people forget to mention her name." Female Jordan, of the Comets team. That's when I watched. Come on now. I was in Houston when Cynthia Cooper and Cheryl Swoops was doing that thing. I was there. I was selling T-shirts. Man, I had made some T-shirts when the Rockets went back to back.
Selling shirts
Standing
outside
right.
goddamn arena.
Yeah, I'm standing out there. I went and silk screened some shirts, brought the paint and stuff, and made some silk screens. And painted some, got some brooms and painted them red, and took some yellow tape, and went around them when they was gonna sweep those boys and sold them. Sold them. This boy Bob Jones said garbage time Barbie. Well, can't take away from what you think. That's how some players do. She got to get a game up a little more than what it is. That boy that said the Comets team. You know what it is? The Houston Comets. Oh, Eric, I'm telling you, that city was so crunk when the Rockets went back to back, and when the Comets won, they showed the Comets they love, man. They liked Cynthia Cooper and Cheryl Swoops there, man. They really did. They was really liking Cheryl because she got pregnant. I don't know what that was about, but I guess they felt like they had a real sister on the team.
Yeah, that's my players. Cynthia
Cheryl
more than
Cynthia.
Yeah, Cynthia more than Cheryl.
Yeah, Cynthia came in. Cheryl was the Scottie Pippen. Cynthia was the Mike. If you're gonna put it like that, Eric, Cheryl was the Scottie Pippen. Cynthia was MJ. Cynthia Cooper could ball too.
I'm upset with Cheryl because, if you knew how bad she been hating on Caitlin, like over the last 7-8 months, you would be disgusted, MZ.
Really? Why?
Just bruh. I mean, calling up the room, it's pretty obvious what the soul, hate is really about. But it's just ridiculous how bad she hated on her, bad. And it comes down to the monkey in the room.
Sometimes you do have the old school. It's just hard for them to let the changing of the guard come through. Or maybe they look at it to be in a different package. I don't know. But the changing of the guard is here, and the package is different, but it's still good. It's still good basketball, and that's what we really want. We don't really care what the package come in, as long as it's a good hooping package. Ain't nobody mad at the fact that different players are coming from around the world, coming into the NBA and making it happen and clowning. Some of them are better than some of your favorite American players. Let's keep it real. The game has changed a little bit, but the players are in other places are practicing just as hard. They're not just relying on talent. They're actually practicing and trying to sharpen their skills in order to compete over here. So let's not get lazy and let's not disappoint them. Let's step our game up so when they get here, it'll be something spectacular to see. Eric also appreciate it, MZ. People be trying to sleep on her because she a God-fearing woman. Cynthia was a dog. I love her swag on the court. I feel you, Eric. Salute to Cynthia Cooper. She was doing her thing. But yeah. I'm here.
Yeah, and see this one, just talking about the changing the guards and stuff. This one didn't come from a different region. This one grew up, modeling her game and learning from the ones over here, and she just happened to make it to a level. You got to respect it. Most of us who watch football, yeah, we love Brian Urlacher.
Ooh,
I know that was your boy.
Yeah, man. Urlacher was my boy here, Lance Briggs, and I can't remember the other guy name. They took him, and he ended up going to I think the Patriots. But it used to be 3 of them. But yeah, Urlacher was my boy. Urlacher. Yeah. Go ahead. My bad. You have it. Got me reminiscing.
Yeah, but even with that aspect that we're talking about, look, it's still, for example, you got the Anthony Edwards, you got, you had your LeBron, your Curry, so it's still those guys. It's just a different mixture of people. Um, it's nothing wrong with that. As long as, whatever it is, if you got the best players competing, there's no cheating going on, I'm all for it.
I feel you on that one. Eric are keeping me out of trouble tonight because this ain't no boxing crowd. He say when MZ say package, he's talking about the brand and style of play, not anything else otherwise.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start pausing you, huh?
I guess so, you know. Yeah, boy, Eric Austin, let me look out for my boy Ian, man. This ain't the boxing crowd. You got to talk different. I got you. And because we're talking about girls, so yeah, I feel you. I have to reword some of the stuff. But these are athletic people coming to listen to us talk about athletic women, so they understand what I'm saying. I hope they do anyway. If they don't, they'll get it. But
And on the comment, Eric, we will be abandoning the boxing and keeping it strictly basketball because we doing big numbers now that we talking WNBA, so we're not going back to the small numbers no more. So,
wait a minute. we not leaving boxing. We can't do that. Wait a minute. But we gonna keep trying to ride with the WNBA. We gonna make this we gonna make Fridays this night. Gonna do the homework on it. Cause I can get some basketball in. We come in straight after the basketball game, hyphy, if that's how you want to do it. But nah, man, we can't leave boxing. You about to make my back and everything start hurting when he started saying that. But dang. I need to make me a drink. I ran out of cigars.
yeah.
I really ran out of cigars. That's the hurtful part. Now I'm gonna go ahead and talk nice to my wife. Say, baby, you wanna ride to the store with me?
Man, yeah, I'm gonna look at that schedule. That's what I am gonna do. Probably that tonight. I'm gonna look at the schedule, just see what's coming up because, of course, yeah, we might catch a game, recap what else went on during the week. Because
Right.
like I said, I wish I would have told you to watch that Minnesota versus Las Vegas Aces. You would have seen the two best players in the league going at each other. They played 2 times in the same week.
Yeah, when I saw that, well, I don't have regular TV. You know that I don't have regular TV. So when I saw that in the link, I was like, oh, wait a minute, and I clicked and it worked. I was like, oh, hyphy, way to go, way to go. I was trying to. That's why I hit you and let you know. I'm like, man, I'm watching the game right now. Eric, I'll say, LOL, oh, y'all sold out. Never.
Hey, we will talk about exhibitions. Floyd Mayweather versus John Gotti. We'll cover stuff like that from
Oh
now.
Hell no.
Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. We'll cover it.
Don't you fall for that, Eric? You know where it all started. Where the love is.
We put like more emphasis on our viewers that send us cash apps and stuff behind the scenes. We appreciate it.
What?
We appreciate the WNBA.
Wow. Well, if that's the way to get some checks to come in, say what you're saying, Hype. Say what you're saying.
Yeah. Hey, I see. We cleaned up the language and all that tonight. We conform to the WNBA fans. We appreciate y'all. Wearing my 22 jersey. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, he didn't just go there. Wearing his 22 jersey. What? That's all right. That's all right. I'm gonna just get a special made Skytown made. MZ Skytown. There we go. Cause I can't do the Barbie stuff. I can't do that at all. See how man. See, she making it so hard. Angel, you're gonna have to come up with something because how you expect the guy to be part of the Barbie situation? You the alienated fella.
MZ, I gotta ask you this question. you being a former player, so you definitely know about the hard work and the grind of a player. Something that bothered me. It does. Do you have any issue when you see, the women? They go out their way to make sure they look pretty on that court, but the level of play is not equating up to the look. Do you have a problem with that?
Wait. So you saying like she can't look pretty when she out there playing?
Okay, let me reiterate. For example, there was times when some of the players on the Sky were not showing the effort, not getting back on defense and stuff, looking lackadaisical. Yet they got makeup and eyelashes on and pretty nails. Does that just make it a little bit more irritating?
No, because the girls are gonna get up and they gonna have pretty nails and makeup on and eyelashes when they get up. Hell, some of them don't eat breakfast until they have eyelashes and stuff on. That's just the way it is. But no, that doesn't bother me. That doesn't bother me at all. I wouldn't think it
Okay.
should bother anybody. It's all right, because girls, you got sisters or your mom. Before she go out, some moms, they make sure they have their lips right, their eyes right, their hair right. Then they go to work. Stepping on the basketball court, you might have to put your hair back in a ponytail or some braids or something. But I don't know what's the words they use now. But they gonna have their eyelashes right. They gonna have their eyebrows arched or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? If some of them got a little base on around the cheeks or something, they might even do that. They ain't gonna have nothing on that's gonna run into their eyes though. That part they ain't gonna do. But the rest of the stuff they might have. That boy say, Eric gonna say, no, I ain't getting that installed. Stop that.
Damn,
I speak
why you
about
say
one time in Hawaii, and he ain't come again. He say, she can't play pretty. Joseph Brown say, pretty ballers always get my attention. God, this kid way over there. Yeah, they can be pretty hyphy. I
Yeah,
want to say something, but then it'll sound wrong, and I don't want them to think that I'm tripping. But haven't you seen enough ugly people playing in your life?
don't get me wrong. It's definitely some of them on the court. You know what? With B, and I can even say this with boxing, like looking at even the females, Clarissa, the women, and all them. When I see them, like I don't see a woman that I judge, in that way. I just still like look at them as what they
A
are,
girl.
as an athlete, a fighter. So it's like my eyes don't allow me to look at them in any other way except for like a boxer. And I'm glad that's the way, because I don't want to be judging or altering my light for them as a fighter based on their
How
look.
cute she is.
Yeah.
So you telling me when you look at them, you just looking at a body with some gloves that's gonna go out there and fight. It don't matter if she cute or not. But I can't help but to notice that that cute ass motherfucker right there got some skills. That's just how you go. You see a little bad motherfucker over there. That motherfucker can fight. You see a little bad motherfucker. She got a jumper. She got a crossover. The description, the adjective that you got to put in front of that little bad, whatever it is. It don't make you pick different, because we done seen some fine ones get knocked to smooth out. That just made me say, oh, I think I'm gonna ride with her because she cute. You know what I'm saying? Brandon Griner.
But you say Brittany Griner?
He didn't say Brittany though. It say Brandon.
Boy.
He said he want Brandon Gardner to be a father on the court. This boy here gonna say when he said ugly, he doesn't mean ugly for the earth. It's more like ugly for the club. Outside there, we all beautiful in God's eye. We. Oh man, my stomach hurt right now. My sides is killing me. Oh yeah, Hype trying to get me to go down the road, had these people mad at me because I don't want to let them wear makeup. I do. I don't care that they put their makeup on. Pull your hair back in the bun, shoot pretty jump shots, and make them. Shoot them and make them. Go to the hole, stop and go, make somebody fall down, pull up. You know, I like that. I'm still trying to figure out this though. Maybe you can help me out, Hypey. Did the Chicago team change their shorts to fit like the way they fit, or is Angel Reese tucking them?
Man, I actually think they tuck. I think they tucking them. I think they just got like this whole little program going on. They got the one legging, one on. Yeah, I think that's all just aesthetics design, bro.
Well, I seen her doing it in college, but the whole college team was doing it. I see some of the girls, uh, they it looked like they both of their short legs is right, and I'm like, if she is tucking it, are they sewing it for her? Because I'm like, that motherfucker don't never come down. I ain't complaining. I'm just saying. And do any other girls on any other team wear their shorts like that, or is it just her?
Yeah, it's just them. She got a little program. She like I said, hey, she's a brand.
Yeah, you got to respect that. She is a brand. She is a brand, just like these guys. And she got a Reebok deal. She got a Reebok shoe. Didn't Shaq used to be with Reebok?
Yeah. Man. Now we about to clown. Yep, Shaq was with Reebok at one point. Then it was just the Shaqs, and I was still in high school. I think Joseph, he might have been too older, but remember niggas used to get roasted for wearing Shaqs.
Because they had a picture of him dunking.
Yeah,
That little emblem.
yeah, that was like a shoe you never wear. Like, yeah, that was a no brand.
But
You
on the
wouldn't get.
cool, I'm not taking up for Shaq or nothing like that. But people said the Shaq shoe was pretty good, and it wasn't as much as Jordan's. I'm just saying. I don't know, cause I ain't never put on no Shaqs. I ain't never even touched no Shaqs. I have seen them. I just ain't never. It just ain't never. I don't know. Maybe I was under the influence of everybody else back in the day. If it got to be a certain brand. But yeah, I wasn't a Shaq guy. But she got a Reebok deal. Maybe she gonna come up. They gonna come up with some super large Reebok. Not that Reebok did Shaq bad, but I don't know who made the Shaqs. But Joseph Brown said WNBA had decades of ugly runs with and that's why nobody's watched. They start getting pretty, and the views been picked up. Wow. Yeah, I get. No, let me not say yeah, I guess, because that'll get me in trouble. I got to be careful what I say. This is a real slippery slope.
I'll say this: it's the ones who are, let's say, that the biggest stars of the league. I guess it does help if they are appealing to the eye of the men. So, and I think that was probably not as frequently as it is now. You
Shoot,
know,
this 2024, they could be appealing to boys and girls. You know what it is around here right now. Pick any and everything. Not me, because that ain't what I like. But that's what they be saying. Pick any and everything. So, I guess you could be appealing to boys and girls now. Back in the day when I was growing up, a boy couldn't be appealing to a boy. He had to be tough and strong. Only reason I was looking at that football dude because he was crushing folks. Only reason I was interested in that basketball dude because he could dunk on you and shoot cold jumpers. But nowadays, you gotta be worried about who worried about the opponent on the court. You never know why they like him. Might not be because they ski.
ooh,
You did
man.
that. You did that. I didn't mean to do that. He said Shaq's shoes were the original strawberries. Witherspoon's was the Sam Cassell face version. Oh,
Damn. Yeah, hey, we just seen her tonight. She had the nice braids, blonde braids and stuff.
Wow, did this man just say she was the Sam Cassell face version of the WNBA? That's woo. That's hard because I heard some people say Sam was kind of alien lookish. The disrespect right now. I'm not reading no more comments to make a joke about anything. Shaq's shoes was decent when he was with the Reebok, but when he let a single mom made him feel like his shoes cost too much, he made more affordable. He dropped the Reeboks and went for Walmart.
Yeah. Yep, that's what it was about too. Affordability. Yep.
Oh, so when I wait a minute, he said he let a single mom make him feel bad. He was like, girl, you better go ahead to what's the name of that place they used to what's the name of that shoe place? The real cheap shoe place, not before Walmart.
Pay
It was
less?
Payless. They still got those?
Man, that's a good question. That's a
Anybody know?
good question.
Put it in the chat if anybody know they still got Payless. Because if you was going to get some shoes and somebody that you was riding with pulled up to Payless,
See you at Pay.
man, your heart fell out your chest.
Man,
Because you gonna come up out of there. I don't know what you coming up out of there with. You ain't coming out of there with nothing good, huh?
You could not be seen, in a mall walking into or out of Payless by nobody at your school, or it was over for you.
Wait a minute, Payless was in the mall?
Yeah. They had the Payless stores and all that. Yeah, they used to be in the mall too.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I cannot remember ever seeing the Payless in the mall, but I always seen them in like the strip centers.
Oh yeah.
That's why I always saw the Payless. I always saw Payless in the strip center. I can't remember seeing one in the mall.
Yeah. Payless, just that was like always a laugh. I'm guessing now. I don't know if K Swiss is completely gone, but I know like their brick and mortar stores are gone now. So
K Swiss had a store? Wait a minute, hold on. Before we go there, K Swiss wasn't a bad shoe. K Swiss was more like not to hoop in, but it was more like a shoe to like
casual.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah. I remember the Swiss, baby. That shield. Don't do the Swiss like you do in Shaq's.
Yeah, it was them like I'm gonna say like mid 2000s. That's when it really kind of got like labeled as okay, this is no longer a cool shoe to wear, and it got phased out.
Okay. Joseph Brown say Payless got forever, and everybody knew what Payless shoes were. So yeah, you got roasted all year wearing those. Yeah, you come out with some Payless because they only look they shoes look a certain way.
No type of brand, no type of nice little lines, no nothing.
But these dudes that be like making shoes, yeah, they do that. Yeah. Shoe Carnival is like the new Payless. Never heard of Shoe Carnival. Coming out of Payless was like eventually equivalent to accidentally pulling out a food stamp bankroll booklet out your pocket.
Yeah.
Hold up. First of all, I ain't gonna lie to you. Back in the day, I ain't had no shame when I went to my auntie house and she sent me to the store with the food stamp book. I ain't had no problem with having that book. I mean, I knew that meant food was coming to the house. You could buy some extra candy with some food stamps. I was not one of the ones that was embarrassed to carry that food stamp roll. But I feel what you're saying. Joseph Brown say K Swiss with the fresh light blue jeans with the polo shirt. Yeah, I feel you with that one. Or the dark jeans, or some ash wash jeans with some fresh K Swiss, depending on what color you get. And polo shirt. Yeah, I see. Yeah, the collar shirt. That's the one you talking about, or the no collar shirt, the sports shirt. Me and Joseph Brown showing out, going back. You what you know about those British Nikes? What was that basketball player name that used to wear British Nikes?
Brandon Knight. My bad.
No, no, not Brandon. I don't know what his name. His commercials, he used to be a stick figure, and he had on those BKs, and they drew a crown on it. Cap, you wasn't ashamed. Notice you said auntie. If you said mama couldn't get him because mama worked 2 jobs, she wasn't able to make that money. Remember, I already told y'all, auntie didn't have no job. Long as I remember, auntie didn't have no job. They ain't shooting down auntie because I love being auntie in the house, but I know who sent me to the store with the stamp book. Yeah. Derek Coleman. Yeah, was it Derek Coleman? Yeah, I think it was Derek Coleman. No, it wasn't Derek Coleman. It was another dude. He was dark skinned. Derek Coleman was a dark skinned dude. He kind of had a gap in his teeth. He laughed funny. Marbury? That's Steph Marbury. It wasn't him. I can't remember that dude's name with the British Knights for nothing. Joseph Brown said he had a pair of BKs. I seen a dude with some gold BKs. They were more like hip hop shoes before hip hop really started meshing sports stuff together. But to me, I seen a lot of people when I was at parties and stuff like that, or like little outside get together club like things doing music. I would see cats wearing they BKs. Man, Derek Coleman had the BK diamond seals. It was Derek Coleman? Maybe it was Derek Coleman. I need to look him up. What did you get ready to say, Hyphy?
Oh, okay. This is like show you how trends come and go. And we don't always judge things on, what the right criteria. I remember even like in high school, like Saucony's was pretty much like phased out. Like nobody was wearing Saucony's and like when I was in high school. It wasn't like the cool shoe. But Saucony's never went anywhere. And it's always been a quality shoe. And now people are realizing these are some of the most like quality sneakers you could buy. But it's like they never change. It's just, if anything, they didn't step up their marketing game. But yeah, it's like we just let other outside trends and brands come in and sway our opinions and purchases on brands, but we forget about the stuff that's been here, tried and true.
Yeah, sometimes. But you got those people that stay true to the game. When they find something good, they stick with it. That boy Eric all say hyphy white ass. I don't know why he called you white, but that's what he said. He said, man, Derek Coleman had the BK diamond seals. Yes, it was Derek Coleman. Okay, Moody Trayweather. It was Coleman. Everybody hit me when it was Coleman. So yes, Derek Coleman. I just don't remember him looking like the dude that I see in my head. But okay. Or MC Hammer. MC Hammer had on some BKs. Nike was with Heavy D, or Heavy D was with Nike. They really wasn't. They was giving those boys shine, and they weren't even making money off of MCM. Also, Lloyd Daniels. They got BK retros going on. I didn't know. I'm just going off of my old school memory of what was happening back then. Hyphy started getting me going down this road. Oh, it all started because Angel Reese got some Reeboks. And I was like, that's probably why her and Shaq hanging out. They just spun out of control about bad shoes from there, going to Payless. And what's the name of that shoe again? Because I went and brought some work shoes, right, Hyphy? Yeah. I'm looking at them, and I'm feeling them. I'm doing them like I was about to buy a new car. I pick them up, and I'm touching the inside sole, seeing how much how cushiony they are and everything. I ain't really looking at, the style of what they might look like. I'm just trying to see what the comfort is. What I'm saying is, I'm wearing these hoes at work. One of my coworkers, this bitch gonna say, "Those some house shoes you got on?"
Like some Crocs or something.
No, they don't wear no damn Crocs.
Yeah, you wear the house shoes to work.
No, I ain't wear no damn house shoes. They ain't no house shoes. This bitch trying to be funny. I took offense. First of all, why would I wear some good looking shoes to work? Just to be walking around, people spilling stuff so I can get on my feet and mess up my shoes. No, I need to be up here comfortable. My feet don't hurt. I'll be on my feet all day. Y'all walking around with your Nikes on and complaining because your shoes getting creases in them and stuff like that. I ain't got to worry about that.
Hey, replying to Eric R. He said, "Hi, FYS. Yes, brother Eric R. Yes, I do sound white tonight. You got to understand, we have the more intelligent viewers listening in tonight. We're appeasing our viewers. This is an intelligent viewer group. So yes, we cater to them. We appreciate our viewers. The majority of our viewers is who we will appeal to."
I don't know why Hyphy is trying to make some other groups mad. He said, yes, I'm white tonight. Well, I hope I ain't making nobody nervous because I'm going to just be who I am. It's moving. He said straight as Hyphy not knowing about BKs, nothing personal. Hyphy said he did. Wait, did you say you didn't know about BKs? I didn't hear that part. Hyphy know about BKs.
No, I remember British Nights.
Yeah, with those sorry ass commercials.
What others? Yeah, I definitely remember British Nights.
It say best Reebok shoe ever was the Iverson threes. Only shoe to outsell Jordan's while Jordan was still playing. I'm trying to remember. Do I remember they?
Joseph, which Iverson was that when Jadakiss did the commercial for it? Because everybody named Mama had that Iverson.
That might be the one you're talking about. Is that the one you're talking about? Because if in my opinion, Allen Iverson is the one who brought the hip hop realm into basketball. He's the one that bridged that gap.
Oh yeah. And if we went deeper into that, then we could start talking about, I feel like he got blackballed and stuff. But yeah,
he went through it. He went through it because he, the braided hair, the baggy, the real big clothes, the big jeans, the jersey type stuff, the hats, all that kind of stuff. They wanted him to conform, and he didn't. And by him not doing it, it opened up the door for so many other players to be themselves and still be able to play the game. He said Caitlin had on her new Kobe's tonight. Her Kobe 6 is on tonight. Oh, that's why she was balling like that. She was just so confident and calm coming down the court doing her thing. He said that's the one. The one that Jadakiss did the commercial for. That's the shoe. He said D-Rose shoes look cool, but the ACLs every season put that fear in your chest. What were you about to say?
No. Go keep reading, please.
I couldn't play in high tops. Every time I wore a pair of high tops, I was guaranteed to twist my ankle. I had to wear 3/4. Where it cut right up under your ankle. It's not a low top. You know what I'm saying? It cut right across your ankle. It's not a low top. But every time I put on a pair of high tops, I would twist my ankle. Allison playing that outscored Jordan when they played in the other. They handicapped him by making the rules to keep him from being able to use his crossover. That's when they kept saying he was carrying, right? Because he did it so wide, he did such an animated move with it to get you to bite on it to make you think he was really going that way and he wasn't. Yeah, that's when they start chipping away at certain things, but that's when you know you doing something that people can't mess with. So because they can't mess with it, they say you can't do it no more. Ain't that a bitch? I bet that's how Will Chamberlain felt when they said you can't dunk no more. Because the rest of these dudes can't dunk. That ain't my fault that they can't jump. He come along and oh no, it's unfair. He's dunking and we can't stop him. Yeah, they don't do that for nobody else in the sport though. I ain't complaining though. I'm just saying what it is. Anything else? Oh shoot. Get ready to see what's happening. Caitlin Clark games. They won. They did all right. Number 7 and number 8. Because aren't the Fever number 7 for the playoffs?
Yeah, they 7. Yeah, so yeah, they're number 7. Chicago Sky is 8, right on it behind.
But 8 is the last spot, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, 8th is the last spot. Right on it behind is the Atlanta Dream. So it's definitely up for grabs. That 8th spot. It looks like the Fever, they're definitely going to get in.
What's funny to me, and what's funny to me is that the two teams that supposedly both, they got all this people hype about them. They're in the last 2 spots. They're in the last 2 spots. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are in the last 2 spots. Last and second to last. They making the playoffs. Let's see how this story is going to be written. But I just wanted to bring that point up. They're not in the middle of the pack. They're not at the front of the pack. They are at the back of the back. It ain't too many times that you brag about the stars of the league or future stars of the league this hard, and they're in last and second last place. Or they making the playoffs possibly. They both make it with no problem, possibly. But that's where they're sitting right now. How often do we talk about some athletes like that?
Yeah, it goes to show that, no matter what type of star you're, how many stars, even if you have multiple on the team, it's still about team ball at the end of the day. You got to play team ball to get those wins. And, you have LeBron and the Lakers playing in that in play. Steph Curry, came up short, didn't even make the playoffs last year. So yeah, it's all about team ball at the end of the day. But I think every league would obviously want to see their stars be competing in the playoffs.
Yeah, okay. I was just bringing that up. I'm not shooting them down or anything like that. I'm more pointing at the fact that look how popular they are. They on the second last spot and the second to last spot, and they're this popular. Eric also said, MZ, did you play in did you play in Dr. J's? I know what DJ said for Converses. They was made out of recycled jeans. No, Eric, I could not stand those shoes. I hated those shoes. Those shoes, I had a pair, but they wanted to play basketball in because I knew better. They were just, to put my blue jeans on when I went to school and stuff. They was like my cool shoes. But those are the worst shoes ever. They don't have no cushioning in them. They just, oh my gosh. I was like, my brother played in them. I couldn't understand how. Every shoe I played in was leather. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. He says, WNBA needs to bring the comments back. Ooh, back to Houston. That's the only place that they should be able to go if they go back. They have to go back to Houston. Joseph Brown said, at least they made the postseason, which the league needs, and they did in their rookie season. That's an accomplishment, MZ. I'm not hating on them or nothing. I'm just saying that it's the fact that they get in the pub, they getting it. They getting love from everybody. He said the Fever are going to be a scary team to play come playoffs. if they stay healthy and they pretty young, if they keep that core group together, they gonna be pretty scary for a minute. I think they'll be pretty scary for at least 3 seasons, 4 seasons to come. I ain't gonna look real deep down the league, but I will say for the next 3-4 years, they should be hot on and cracking. LeBron and Melo, LeBron and Melo was bragged about when they first came in, and their teams weren't title contenders. Well, I gave Caitlin Clark her LeBron moment when Hyphy said that she came to their team, they was sorry and everything. Like, well, not sorry. He said they weren't doing really good. I won't say sorry. They weren't really doing well. They were holding on. They were doing their thing, but they're always at the end and at the back of the bunch. But once they got old CC on their team, they made the playoffs. They're in the playoffs, and who knows how far they could go. And at this point right now, at this stage of her career, it's kind of like LeBron. So yeah, I gave her a little LeBron pat on the back and clapped and all that good stuff. She did that for her squad. Yeah, that part. Those two teams, the Sky and the Fever, didn't make the postseason last year. The impact was felt this season. Oh, so the rookies is what y'all saying that we got highlighted right there. Sugar and coffee. I was trying to come up with a cool ass name, but everything I thought of instantly turned racist or something like this. So I'm just leave it alone and say, man, I'm just glad that they doing their thing and the WNBA is doing good. Angel Reese, get your post game together, baby girl, because I don't want them to be having all the bragging rights going to the Fever like that. You got to fight for it because you got the name and the persona, but you got to come on and do what you got to do.
Yep. So, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was reading the Great White Curry came and shined the light on her. Shine her light on them. Who is that? I'm just looking at this picture right here.
Hey, so, of course, with the Sky being an 8th seed, they would have to play against the number 1 seed, best record in the WNBA.
Right.
New York Liberty. They have an interesting team because they made it to the finals last year. They just happened to lose to the Aces. But so last year, the MVP of the WNBA is Breanna Stewart. She's on the Liberty. And this year, one of the women who is in the MVP running, Sabrina Escaneau, she is also in the MVP running on a team. So they got some talent over there. So yeah, that would be a huge uphill battle for the Sky to overcome them.
First of all, let me go. Oh, respect needs to be given to both of them. Oh, it's respect to both of them, JB. We've been riding Caitlin and Angel all night tonight, just giving them their props on how they did and giving some critiques about them too. And first of all, Hyphy, you think just because the Liberty is in first place and they got the girl who might be MVP or repeat MVP, like the Sky ain't ready for them, man. The Sky gonna be ready. They gonna be ready. They gonna be defensively sound. They gonna be making they putbacks. They're not gonna be pouting. They're gonna run down the court and get back on defense. They're gonna do everything they need to do. Wouldn't this be great for it to be a repeat? The finals, the Fever versus the Sky. Caitlin versus Angel once again. Caitlin walked away with a 3-1 lead in the regular season, but Angel has a chance to erase all of that by winning the championship now. Oh man, wouldn't that be something?
Man, we'll see what happens when Kennedy come back.
Here you go. Boy, killing me. What you say, Hyphy?
No, go ahead.
He said when MZ clapped, it was implying a round of applause, so to speak. Not the clap in the video vixen. Like Buffy the Body, a big booty Judy. Eric, oh, you gonna end up saying, what you say? Oh man, yeah. The WNBA would love that. Would tell me that would not be a great ending for the season, hyphy. If that was at all any way type possible.
Yeah, now that would be like in just sports playoffs. I think that would be the most wicked outcome ever because just looking at where these two teams, like what they would have to go through to get there, yeah, that would be some very historic. Boy, that'd be a historical moment for all the sports.
Yeah, all the little girls would just be super happy. Some guy named Big, what's that say? Hello is real man boobs. Really?
Next. But
so
yeah, that'd be a miraculous ending, man. And viewership would be through the roof. Definitely, that would be some great viewership as well.
oh, I'll be talking big noise. Y'all heard me say that like way back when, right? Y'all heard me call it. I should be on the panel on NBC helping to call the game.
Right. Yeah, we need that network deal. I need that network deal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hold on, Hyphy. I got a call coming in. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. I got it. We never even got a chance to touch on this, but the Fever, what? They playing, that at their peak, especially like a lot better than what they played at the beginning of the season. I think their weakness that I be seeing in every game, and I think a team such as like the Aces would be able to expose it. Even the Phoenix Mercury rebounding. The Fever, they not good at rebounding. That's a weakness. A good rebounding team, I think, would give them huge problems. And just based off rebounding alone, would just be able to slow down the game, get some more extra field goal attempts. And I think that any good rebounding team would ultimately be their downfall in the series. Fever, so that's one thing that they can add to their team. Off season, they could improve on their rebounding. That would be a huge benefit to the team.
I'm back, which I really never went nowhere. I was being funny when I said I'm receiving the phone call. I was about to go ahead and see how much money they was gonna offer us and who we had to throw under the bus. But you went on to talking about what's going on with the Aces.
Oh yeah, completely messed up the joke. I get it.
Yeah, but for those who know about the comedic genius that we got over here, it's going down. Yeah, damn, Hyphy, you fighting with your mic. Yeah, it did sound like they was wrestling, huh? Sound like he was losing too. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. You know what? I feel pretty good coming on here talking about the game. I was really excited about it. I can't wait to watch the next one so I can come on here and talk about who did what and who didn't do what. Oh, it was me that wasn't good? My bad. I was choking. That's why.
Oh, okay. That mean you ain't gonna get the deal. I'm gonna get the deal. They just offer it to me.
That's all right.
They say, "Hi, Hyphy, what you want to do?" I said, "Oh no, we ain't taking his ass. I can handle it."
Wow. So you're gonna leave me out like that, huh?
Yeah, this. I just leave you back here with the boxing boys. I'm up it on all y'all.
That's all right. Boxing is home. Home is boxing.
I swear on my life, once I get that WNBA job, oh yeah, I'm leaving y'all behind.
Well, at least he didn't leave no secrets and be like, "Oh no, I got y'all. Don't worry about it." At least he telling us straight out the gate. He kicking us straight to the curb. Y'all out of here, out of there, on and popping.
Yep. Braxton P. Hartner Bridge.
James, you just got stuck with Caitlin Fever. No, not. You say he's stuck with Caitlin Fever. Hold up. I guess I could say that she did surprise me a little bit. I don't know about the fever part. You know what I'm saying? Good play on the team name and everything like that. I got some, but like I said, I got some antibiotics for y'all next time we meet. That's right. Chi-Town, the Sky-Town got some antibiotics. Break that fever. Break it right in half. That's right. Not hurt or nothing, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying we're going to shut them down. When playoffs come around, championship will be hoisted up by the winning team. That's all I can say. I know damn well that I ain't ready for. Well, they could surprise everybody. They could jail just like that at the last minute. All of a sudden, be unstoppable, go on a shoot and run and a defensive rampage, unseen in any sport now or ever, and sweep it all away. Caitlin puts up a great fight, ladies and gentlemen. It was a heroic effort, heroic things that Prince's stories will be written about. But the Sky Town, and as they say, the angelic Angel Reese. Fucking in a bed, ain't you? Nah, we gonna get it. And that squad came through and unmercifully put defense so stifling that the Fever couldn't do anything, and they actually broke. Couldn't make no threes, couldn't get no rebounds, couldn't catch no passes. He say, so Hyphy gonna do MZ like Cockroach did Theo at the dance show. Yeah, that's exactly what he finna do, Hyphy. I mean, Eric R.
Yeah, you're right, Eric R. I'm gonna put that knife falling MZ back. I'm just waiting.
Let me go ahead and start. Let me give me an impenetrable,
Yeah.
like the Wild Wild West and that chain suit he made, so I can protect my back. I feel like a knife might be coming.
Hey, Eric, they gonna say, well, Hyphy, we offer you 98% of the salary, and you just give MZ 2%. I'm saying, 2%, that's too much for that Negro.
Whoa! Now he done went straight to some boxing shit. That's the kind of money they talking about passing around.
Hey, can't wait till I can up it on y'all, Eric. All this negotiations, sending contracts. I get up out of here. I never come back to this.
Wow. Well, this is basketball right now. So you leaving basketball? That's terrible.
Hey, I'm looking at the schedule though. The Minnesota Lynx, they play the Chicago Sky on Sunday.
It's a morning game or evening game?
For you it'd be 2 p.m.
Ooh, shoot. That'd be right when I'm getting off work, right around the time I get off work.
Man, that's
so
Joseph.
I'll be able to race home and try to catch it because that's Joseph's team, right? The Lynx.
Yeah, Nafisa Collier. Yeah, that's my player. Yeah.
Okay, so I get a chance to see that team, huh?
Yeah.
See how that go down.
This girl cold, bro. Like, yeah, she cold.
All right. I got something to look forward to. That's this Sunday coming?
Yep.
Okay. Dang.
Yeah, this Sunday.
I might pull it. Every time I watch a basketball game, I might just go ahead and bust a review. A recap right then. Drop everything. We doing a review of the last game. Oh no, we could save them to Friday. That way we have more of a good context to roll on. Strictly about the basketball stuff.
Yeah, then see maybe like on the unfortunate Tuesday evening shows where we got to talk about that very, very depressing sport. We could probably have like a little section where we just let whoever else come on chip in they thoughts about the WNBA as well, like a small segment, because sometimes
we can do that.
Other stuff.
Yeah, we could do that. I'm sure that the boxing fans over there at the boxing house be like, man, come on, man. Y'all know it's love over here. We just don't play that weak shit. Yeah. That boy Hyphy say, Joseph Brown say, Hyphy jacking them cash apps. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. I just he stepped into basketball, how he turned into a straight gangster all of a sudden out of nowhere. Just he ain't
Nah,
nothing.
don't say that on air, MZ. I'm
Oh
suit
yeah,
and
that's
tie.
right.
Yeah,
Good good wholesome fella.
yeah.
Apple pie
Basically,
baseball is his second pastime after WNBA.
yes, sir. Give me some Grey Poupon.
Joseph Brown said, "Yep, she the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth." So I can see now that Cardio at one point looked like why I'm not on their team.
Yeah. I was talking about Camila Cardoso a lot earlier.
She
You
they
know,
point guard.
no, that's the center, the Sky, and like it's unfortunate, but her
She the
game,
Sky Center.
yeah,
That's what you're talking
Camila
about.
Cardoso,
That's the
yeah.
17 point.
I can't recall how many she had tonight, but if she had 17, it was a quiet 17.
No. That's not her. Then that's not.
Oh,
No, I'm
okay.
talking about the girl. I'm still stuck on the girl that was hurt. You talking about the girl that's with the shot?
Yeah. She's at center. She played tonight. Camila
Yeah, with the
Cardoso.
long thing on her leg. That's the one I'm talking about. That's the other girl I'm talking about. That I was like,
Yeah,
they was
burgundy hair.
yeah, the offense was getting stagnant. It was getting they
Yeah,
wasn't moving, and when they would get the rebound, if it wasn't no easy shot for them to put it right back up, it's like they had to search for who they needed to pass it to. The girls weren't making themselves available around the perimeter or cutting back door or nothing. Not like the Fever. They
they
honestly
move without the ball.
they kept moving without the ball, and that's what kept getting them easy baskets. So many open cuts to the hole, and Caitlin was catching it, but the Sky weren't able to do that. They weren't doing that at all. They bigs got the ball and then they stopped. They stopped moving, almost as if they knew that they were probably gonna shoot that bitch.
And you talked about it earlier. That's how you tire them out, running them off the screens. That would tire you out. Like in the first quarter, you will start feeling that fatigue. They keep doing that to you, and you're not doing it
Oh,
back to them.
yeah, you got to run. You running off a body. She went through this screen and then she ran through another screen. By the time if you're not cutting through the screens like you're supposed to, you can read the screen. If you're gonna run into it, you either cut across, you cut the top of it, or you fight through. But yeah, you're right. They was run. They just outplayed those girls tonight. They outplayed them in the facets of the game tonight. So yeah. I guess I did get some Caitlin, some what do you say, Caitlin fever? I
It's
said,
Caitlin time.
uh,
But yeah. Cardoso. I mean, she has the same flaws as Angel in the sense. Cardoso, her offense is just not developed. I mean, tonight she threw up some nasty shots that only hit backboard. And mind you, these shot attempts are coming from out the paint. So that's pretty disgusting.
yeah, that jumper that she shot, it really wasn't. It was a set shot, really. That hit the back of the paint. It was almost a three, but it wasn't quite. I don't quit it. Angel hit a nice little deep two at the top of the key. But can she do that consistently, like from the elbow?
Nah, she don't got it yet. Maybe she could develop that, but yeah, she don't got it yet.
That's when I say 10 to 15 feet out. That's what I'm talking about. If she don't have to shoot threes. Let's say if
Yeah,
you're feeling it, you want to pull one or two every once in a while, yeah. But if you are a threat from 15, from 10 to 15, 18 feet out, you're making the defense have to do something. They have to react to you for that because you're more than the threat of just getting the rebound and going right back up. Now you a threat from 15, 18 feet out. Now you got to be recognized. Now you got to be dealt with. Now another body's got to be thrown at you. And it's gonna get to the point that some of these players, you see some of these games where you look at you like, dang, they just leaving that person open. And then when they shoot, you realize why.
yeah.
And unless you working on your game and you practicing on your game, and you're gonna start being that player. But they're gonna be like, we dare you to shoot it. You gotta prove to us that you can make this for us to play defense on you. And that's terrible. That's not a good way to be set up or sitting in anyway.
Yeah, Angel, she took 1 3-point attempt. She missed it, but boy, I mean that form, it wasn't pretty and it was pretty slow. So it's an example why she was able to take that shot, and yeah, it's just not her strong point, unfortunately.
Again, when MZ says shoot that bitch, it's not literally. It's an urban term to pull up and release the basketball and follow through.
Hey, now y'all see why I'm not taking MZ when BET After Dark Network called me to cover WNBA.
Well, I should be a perfect fit. I ain't saying nothing out of line.
we not shooting no bitches.
I ain't say that. I said shoot that bitch like jump shot.
We respect all the young women, and we do not call them the B word. MZ
Oh no, we would never
come.
do that. I have daughters and a wife and a mother-in-law and sisters and granddaughters. I would never, ever disrespect the young women or ladies and call them the B word. I'm using it more for an inanimate object. MZ is not a hateful person. He loves the bitches. I mean, see here, go, you wrong. He go, okay, I see how it's going down. I love all the women. Because where would we be without them? If they want to play some basketball with a little makeup on, I think they should be able to. I enjoy watching the game, and I didn't have to look away from the TV that much. Caitlin almost, maybe she could use a little rouge around her cheeks and maybe arch her eyebrow a little bit.
Come on, MZ.
What? Maybe
Come
put a
on.
highlight. I'm just, if I'm sitting at the beauty chair, I'm saying, put a little arch on the eyebrow. I ain't saying, that's all I'm saying. Put a little rouge.
My girl, she suit up to play. When she suit up, she coming to play. That's all that matter.
They said like Teaspoon said. They got better. We did not. She was pissed off. Oh, you talking about
the coach
throughout the game when she was saying, she also said, what did she ask her? Something about playing defense. She said we got to play better. Her answers were short and to the point. Because her team really wasn't. They didn't look like the team that's been talked about. They didn't look like that defensive team that showcased defense and shut the other team down. They didn't. That didn't show up tonight. It didn't show up. Not even in spurts. Not even in spurts. For the most part, I say that the Fever could have blown them out by a lot more points. They just missed. They missed a lot of shots themselves. But the ones that they needed to make, like when they were 11 down and they started dropping those that they needed to make, once they got that going, they was going. Yeah, Chicago tried to tighten up and be a little more physical, but that wasn't it. That's not what your go-to should have been. Your go-to should have been able to start putting your hands up, making the defense big, start pushing your girls out the paint, not giving up no easy shots right there. But shit, all the shots tonight was easy for them. Once those jumpers started falling, it was nothing else to do except rebound, keep pushing, don't put your head down. They let themselves get beat up and down the court all night. All night. Whenever the Fever decided they wanted to push the ball, they could. And they did. And it played a big pause to tonight's game. Or yesterday's. Oh, it's still tonight.
Yeah, to give up 100 points in a WNBA game, yeah, that's some bad defense.
Horrible defense. Horrendous.
Yeah, that's some bad defense.
Especially when you bragging to be the what at up until that point, what they supposed to be like the number one defense?
Yeah, so they call themselves. Yeah, that's what they
That,
call themselves.
but that's not how you prove it. That's
Yeah,
not how you
not
prove
at
it at
all.
all. Well, I believe tonight was a good first effort. I'm about to go another. Asia Wilson is too small to stop. Wait a minute, what? Man,
So what was
man.
it coming about, Asia?
Hold on, I'm gonna show it to you.
Oh, okay.
Let me. I'm trying to let me share it. Present. I hope they don't get mad. Well, I'm at the end anyway, so should be all right. Oh, I think Angel Reese trying to take it, but I think Age is holding it down. Nice froze. Ain't that a bitch? Missed, 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 missed. See, and that part right there, that's not being under control. That's what I was talking about, Hyphy, about being under control, getting yourself set, not being in a hurry when you shoot the ball. That's what they
Yeah.
was doing. That's what they was doing tonight. You see how many times she missed that? She missed all. She missed 3 under the. I see what you was asking. So she got her little cheekbones did.
Hey, but that's how she be getting her like double doubles though. Um, look, she be getting her double doubles off her own misses.
Yeah, that was something that Moses Malone used to pull off. But in the same note, at some point you got to be like, okay, if I get the rebound, ain't no way I'm letting nobody stop it. Nobody's stopping me from getting points if they ain't fouling me. You know how many times she got to shoot that ball 3 times before she got fouled? When all she had to do was assess the situation correctly, she could have wrapped up and realized it's 3 in the paint. That means 2 of your people uncovered.
But I see exactly what you mean when you say she's going up out of control. Yeah, that's the perfect way to explain it. She knows it's the right thing to do is to go up with it, but she don't know exactly how, and she's rushing to get that shot up. A more experienced player would go up with a plan in mind, and that's just something she has to learn over time.
Yeah, she gonna have to bring that up, but she gonna have to pay attention. Look what's surrounding you. Look what's around you, and you can tell when you get ready to go up with the ball. You can see who's around you. That automatically lets you know who open. Now, if in your head you know where the play is supposed to be, you should be able to throw the ball in that area where that person is, pretty much pinpoint accuracy where they can get a good shot off. Since you're surrounded by 3 players, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff goes into knowing what your play is, what you're doing, the what's the tendencies of the players that you're playing with, who would be willing, who would be cutting, who would be smart enough to cut, who's floating around on the perimeter that you could hit. All that goes into mind. Instead of trying to body and bang it up every time, you don't have to bang it up every time, especially when there's 3 bodies down there with you. The first 2 times was a miss. Shoot that bitch out. Get it reset. Or shoot it out. Somebody might end up hitting the 3. Teach it from being 3 deep down there when you down there. Make that person that's supposed to hold you by themselves hold you by themselves. Which Deja wasn't just laying it down. Deja, oh my goodness, it was nice. But she got to step that up. But she did do the little she did the remember I said get the ball and up fake and step through. She did use that move. So she does have it in her.
Yeah, it's just like putting it together where it comes like fluid, and then this, like it looks natural. Yeah, she definitely got to work on that.
And the games that they lost, I heard that they were presenting. They said they were all close games. They just lost them in the stretch. Something happened where they just lost the game in the stretch.
Yeah, just last week, they lost a game winner, and it was that same player you just watched, Asia Wilson. Yeah, she
Right.
yep, like 0.8 second. I feel like 1 second left on the clock. Inbound pass, threw it in, and yep, got it in, and that was it. And that's pretty sad when you think you got Camila Cardoso and her Angel on the court, and y'all let their center, get behind y'all and get an easy put in, and that's just totally unacceptable.
Huh.
Totally
Got to
unacceptable.
do something about it. But learning pains. Right now, everything's good. Did he said, "Do Clark still do the you can't see me?" No, she did this other thing. She went to the hole. Was it? Did she go to the hole and got fouled? Yeah, she went to the hole and she got fouled. And then she came away from up to the basket and she looked over at the fans and she was like, "Did I make it? No, did it go in? Did it go in?" So she got that now. She asked the fans, "Did it go in?" She ain't doing it. You can't see me. It's did it go in? It went in, but she being real fly with it right now. I
Yeah.
like
Well,
that.
once again, that's them the comparisons to Steph is those mannerisms and stuff, the personality kicking in, and that's how you connect with the fans.
Yeah, she got some panache about her. I won't say nothing like that. She got some panache about her, and being a basketball player, you got to have panache. You got to. You don't see too many boring basketball players. They always got something. They either a killer on the court, or they talking crazy to you and killing you. You got some that'd be like, you know what, you would piss them off, and being is just like, I'm getting down to being so I can get you off the court. Me and when my brother and I used to play run pickup games. He liked to talk to people, but when they start talking, they say the wrong thing. I'm like, man, let's go and get these people off the court. I'm tired of him. I'm tired of them. You shouldn't be out here with me. That's kind of
Yeah.
Pre-flow instruction humans to be. I want to check that out. So,
Yeah.
I gotta get myself prepared to start watching some of this football since we got a quarterback in Chicago now. But I hope and pray that the line can block, can pass block, and we got at least a tight end and a wide receiver that we could throw it to, because him having to just hold on to it gonna get him hurt.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's one thing I do know when it comes to
football.
No. The line, it don't matter. Well, I mean, obviously having some talent is important, but you kind of don't know what you got until it's time to just put them in there. As far as can they pass block, can they run block, and then of course, if you make one substitution, that could throw off the whole line.
Yeah, it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, the Bears have really never boasted like a great quarterback. So
Tell me about it.
Yeah, I just did. Even Jim McMahon wasn't no hell of a quarterback. He just fit that team well.
Bruh, do you got to take me back to the Rex Grossman versus Indiana Colts Super Bowl?
First of all, I used to, Big E used to always be like, when he used to talk to me, he'd be like, "Gross, man. You got Rex Gross, man." Like, okay, bro, I get the fact that his name Grossman. You said he gross as a quarterback, but that's all I had. Lance Briggs, Brian Urlacher, Devin Hester, Peanut, and what's that soft ass running back that went the year after that they let him go. He got hurt. I can't remember his name. We had two running backs that would have got us through, but one of them got hurt, which was dumb because I was like, why y'all got him out there on the kickoff return team? It was a lot of stuff that I questioned that night of that football game.
Yeah, I remember during the Lovie Smith era, he was known for having defense, and even when he would get some offense, he would never have an offensive line.
He was a defensive coach. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He needed to. He had. It's rare that you see a coach that had a whole package. They usually rely on somebody else. Like when the Bears won their Super Bowl, they relied on two coaches. Buddy Ryans was the defense, and what's his name? Mike Dicker was the offense. That's why defense. The Oilers would have pretty good defense, but their offense was still because he was calling both sides when he went to Houston. Buddy Ryan, that is, and Mike Dicker. You know, he never had the same success because he wasn't defensive minded like Buddy. So I can get how that is. He said if Williams gets sacked too hard, will they use the timeout so he can put his Lee press-on nails back on? What? He said, was it Knox that got hurt? Knox. I don't know.
A running back named Knox.
Oh, no, that's not his name. That wasn't his name. His name wasn't Knox. They had two running backs. One went to the Bengals, I think, after he got, or the Browns. He went to one of those teams and became the leading rusher, motherfucker. But I can't remember his name. I don't need to remember his name because I feel like he was part of the reason that the Bears lost the Super Bowl. For real, I ain't gonna even lie to you. When he got hurt, I was like, come on, dude, you cannot be soft like that. I still was questioning the fact why they had him out there on kickoff return. Why you got the starting running back on kickoff return? I don't remember him doing no return in any other. Where Hester at? Why the fuck Hester wasn't back there? He said, who will your surprise NFL team be this season? I can't say. He got to be asking you, Hypey, because I haven't watched football yet to know.
Oh man, nah, he can't be asking me. I'm very ignorant of current NFL, well, all football times, unfortunately.
Oh, you just as bad as I am.
Yeah. Just as bad. Like this is one sport we won't be covering this year because I just don't know the players.
Right.
Yeah, and I can't think of. I would have to let Joseph answer that because I would just pick a team that didn't make the playoffs and try to insert team here. But what about maybe the Steelers? I don't know.
I don't even know. Do they still got their black coach? I mean, Coach Tomlin?
Yeah, they still have Tomlin. I believe they missed the playoffs the last couple seasons, I believe. And I think, so, they're just trying to make another push, and they're definitely still sold on a coach.
Okay. I don't know yet. Honestly, JB, I really don't know. Oh, I'm wrong. I said JB. Let's say James Jefferson. Yeah, my bad, James. I don't know because this is going to be the first year that I start watching football again. I haven't been watching basketball. I just picked it back up on basketball. So I really can't say. Hester was a beast. That's from Eric R. And he said his team is going to be Houston and the Lions.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna watch the Bears though for sure because I want to see. They're making a big deal about this quarterback. Like I said, we've never had a quarterback, and I haven't watched. It's been about 7 seasons that I watched football or basketball straight up. I mean, watched it the whole season where I could tell you what's going on. I've been all about boxing. I got hurt. Yeah, I got hurt. I wasn't messing with none of the sports. After getting hurt, I connected back to boxing, and that's been boxing pretty much ever since.
See, for people like us, we could take a break off, but once we start watching it, it's like you can understand the game again. I might not be able to tell you like the players, like colleges that the players went to and stuff, but you can pick up on the understanding of what's going on again. It'll take you like 4 weeks.
Shoot, as long as I see like tonight, seeing the girls run up and down the court, I got a good effect of what they was doing right out the gate. So I know once I start picking it up and I start learning who's who, and I can start making the comparisons and letting everybody know this is who I'm talking about when I bring up this certain thing, it'll be all good and gravy. He said Ravens will be good. I'm mad. Well, I'm reading it in the right order. I'm mad. He said I'm mad as hell. Everyone overhyping my Eagles, subliminally, so that we get everyone's best shot. Ravens will be good. I think the Niners and the Cowboys will fall off. I don't know what to say about either one of those. I don't know what the Cowboys are doing. I know they still got Dak Prescott, right?
Yeah.
But they don't have that running back dude no more.
No, he's been out for a couple seasons, I believe, actually.
Out the NFL?
What? Out of the Cowboys for sure. Last I heard, he was a free agent. So he might be a free agent still. It's a good question.
Wow. Well, I ain't gonna even lie, but when he raised that girl's top up, I was like, yeah, he's not gonna last long. For real. When he did that, because he had did something else stupid. And I was like, when I saw him do that, I was like, yeah, he's not gonna last long. He's gonna be out of there. Say Ravens would be good. I think the 49ers Steelers. They got Justin Fields and Wilson at quarterback. Okay. We got a gentleman that knows something about football. I can't say what's right or wrong. Eric, I probably can refute more about the football than I can. But once I start getting out watching it again, I'll be able to keep up with it. But I guess the Steelers may be a good-looking team. Is that what you're saying, James Jefferson, that the Steelers is a surprise team to be looking forward to?
There was a comment made recently. I did hear that the Eagles, they signed to just like a lot of good, proven players in the offseason. So already good team stepped up their roster a lot more. So they might be considered the favorites, only outside of KC. They might be considered the favorites to, win it all.
Oh, okay. The best running back is gone, and they bought that washed up Elliott back and signed another washed up player to bag him.
Oh.
Wow. James said
washed up.
Steelers are gonna be looking good. Elliott. That's his name? Elliott. Yeah. Zeke Elliott. Yeah.
I didn't know he was considered washed up already.
Well, those running backs that come on the scene with making an explosion, unless they taking care of themselves and doing what they're supposed to do, they usually flash in quick and disappear.
Yeah. They like past their prime before they hit 30. Yeah.
Yeah. And Zeke wasn't like the ideal person that looked like he was out there taking care of himself. You didn't get longevity out of him like Emmitt Smith or the Bus. Or Walter Payton or any of those, LaDainian Tomlinson.
Yeah.
Those guys had some longevity unless they got some running backs end up getting, how they go after their knees and stuff like that. They get some freak accident, freak injury like Bo Jackson. Once, what's his name? They used to run for the Minnesota Vikings, that youngster. They got in trouble because he whooped his son.
Peterson.
Yeah, Adrian Peterson. I was really thoroughly enjoyed watching the way he ran the ball. He ran so hard, but he was fast. I wouldn't say he was overly powerful, but he was fast enough that when you collided with him, a lot of times you end up getting the worst of it.
Yeah. Yeah. He had a good career just until that incident.
people.
Yeah, just until that incident. Yeah, like even these days now, like I don't too many of the running backs. Just like I'm not familiar, like even with the quarterbacks, just unfortunately not familiar.
Yeah, I was reminded because I happened to go across what is I can't think of the name of the damn thing I was streaming the show on, but I was looking at they was telling the story about McNair getting killed. Cowboys just signed Devin Cook. Oh, James, we had to mess with you on a different level because I don't even know who that is, Chief. I am so
He probably
sorry.
one of the dudes like he know all the, you know what I'm saying?
But
Like he
know all about all the football stuff. Be a great correspondent to have somebody I could turn to and say, or get on here and speak to the people and let them know.
yeah,
I'm
like he
choking
probably
like crazy right now.
yeah, he
Like
probably
Moody
watch all.
Trayweather.
Bro, you know how difficult it is to be a damn NFL fan. You know how much time you got to put into that.
Yeah, because they making sure that they keeping up with what's going on with the college players, where they come from, what they doing, who's been traded, all that kind of stuff. You gotta be special to be able to keep up with the NFL, in my opinion. Even when I watched it, I could only keep up with my team and a couple of rivals. I couldn't keep up with everybody. So a team could catch me slipping when it came down to saying who could win and who wouldn't. I ended up putting the wrong bet from time to time. One of my
Man,
biggest flaws about the NFL is everybody don't play everybody. I mean, everybody don't play everybody. It'd be some years to go by before two teams play each other, if they play. That's the only thing I don't like about that sport is the scheduling. I'm like, how you got a team full of teams and they don't always play each other?
hey, you got to think about it. So the morning time, you got that one game that's going to be in London. So you got to wake up early to, get on top of that. And then you got the morning games. Well, for y'all, they start at 12 o'clock. So them is the first games. It's 6 of them games, though. So you got to keep up with 12 teams all playing at once. Then after that, you got to do the exact same thing again. Another 6 games, 12 teams to keep up with. Then after that, you might get like that little 30-minute break. Then you got the night game. So like your whole day got to be stuck on watching NFL Red Zone. Got to come back on Monday night, do it. You got
Yeah,
them.
but
Yeah, that's a
you
lot
got
of
fans that
time.
love football like that. Like Big E, he loved football like that. His wife, Pat, Big Sis, she loved football like that. And they keep up with those teams in Little League, in high school, and college. And they be knowing what's going on with everybody. So football players, football fans, diehard football fans that really consume the game, you gotta take your hats off to them because they be knowing about every single player, it seems like, in every team. You'd be hard pressed to name somebody off of one of those teams or from what college that true football players football fans that are watching all the games wouldn't know. I could call Big E or Pat and ask them something about football, they'll be all over it. If not one of them, one of their daughters or their sons. Their whole family is football fanatics. They love football over there.
And that's something serious when you keeping up like the high school level too, because then like you going to watch games it could be like 2 hours away, like you know what I'm saying, just because you hear like this 2 top teams playing, that's a whole different level right there. Keeping up with it on that level.
Yeah. Well, you know, um, coming up, Big E's son, he went to Elsie, which is one of the big names high schools in Houston. They were good when he played. And then I can't remember Tony's last name. Tony went to Elsie. Also with Fred, he ended up going to the Steelers, won the Super Bowl. Very high drafted tight end from high school, right? uh, went to college. I think he still played tight end. When the pros took him, they turned him into a tackle or a
Okay.
guard. They turned him into an offensive lineman, though. He didn't get to run out for passes and stuff no more. But long story short, Big E and his family, his wife and her son, they was big parts of this dude's uh, time in high school, going to colleges, rooting him on, making sure that if he needed a ride or didn't have a ride somewhere, Big E will be the ones that will help these kids get rides to games. Uh, they having issues at home or sometime like that. Big E then was the ones you could turn to where, if a kid was having problems, you knew that if he was in that football circle, 9 times out of 10, that kid would end up at Big E's house. So you knew that kid was safe, fed, and sent back to school and back to his parents if what need be. That's Big E and his family. But they were football family. They a football family. So like if you was to see a movie with something like that, like The Blind Side, that's Big E.
Yeah.
The only difference is they didn't push for him to go to no certain college. They didn't ask for no money when he became a pro.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about. And like even with like the boxing, for example, we be hearing it was just some fighters they couldn't go to certain tournaments because the parent had to work on the weekends as well, or just didn't have the funds. All that
Right.
stuff matters, and usually for like all those success stories, it is somebody who stepped up and picked up the slack. But of course, like us, we don't hear about it, but you better believe that person was a real crucial part of that success. Like me, I
Yeah.
didn't know until years later that there was a white family that took in Floyd Mayweather. Like he went and moved with them, and that person was like really, just pushing his boxing career to the next level.
Yeah, you'd be surprised at the stories you hear from that come out. I just want to let it be known that Big E, him and his family are those tight. They that tight. Eric Arce, AP, and Vince Carter had good genes. They probably came from some mythical ancestors like John Henry and Samson. And boy, Joseph said the Eagles are smoking on that Green Bay pack next Friday in Brazil. What?
Playing Brazil, okay.
That's where they play at. So
See, yeah,
they
that's okay. See,
why?
that's part of they like that's just like them expanding it. As for just like trying to expand the league, like having games in Brazil. I believe they have something where they play one game. One game is played in London every Sunday. There's going to be some games played in Mexico. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if you have some games played in France, Paris.
Yeah, but I'm like, what's the purpose if it's not going to be a team over there?
It's more so just for like I said, once you like making the region, having them become as
trying to
like
figure out a
hands-on
way to get some
acquainted.
more money out of
Yeah,
some people.
yeah.
Cause to me, I'm like, if you're not going over there to set them up to start competing, what the fuck you doing? Going on some kind of tour?
Yeah, expand your brand.
That's everybody know what the NFL is. Everybody knows. The rest of the world still call our football. It's not real football to them. The rest of the world knows soccer is football, and we Americans made up some other shit.
Yeah, American football. Yeah.
But I guess I get it. But I would prefer to see those people compete with their team instead of two of my teams from whoever, the Cowboys and the New England Patriots, or they playing in Brazil. So they could have played over in New England. I could have went to that game.
Yeah, then it's at some different time of the day. Got to take that in consideration.
If they build a big enough fan base, you don't need to know if you say you don't know if you don't try. Yeah, let them do that too. Give them some hope and say, look, y'all do this, we're gonna bring a team over here. It's gonna be y'all team. That's gonna be some hell of a mileage for them to do away games. But I can see the other players being like, "Oh man, we going over here to play such and so and so. Go over there and get your ass kicked. Every time you go there, you get beat. Oh man, wouldn't that be something?" That's the Super Bowl champions. They over there in Belize or some shit.
Over there either destroying a team or who knows how that'd go.
Yeah. That's a lot. Yeah, just that. Yeah, that's a lot of money. But if they could do it, I believe if they could get a little fire up under because basketball, motherfuckers is trying to get up here for that basketball. Even if you could get a team and be like, okay, it's the NFL don't have a sub team, do they? I mean, the sub league, do they?
I'm not sure how that goes. I know they have practice team, but yeah, I'm not sure though. Talking about how you got like AAA for baseball, MLB.
Yeah. I was thinking,
Yeah,
maybe they could do something like that, but I don't think they got that, do they?
yeah, I'm not sure how that goes. I mean, I know now you got stuff like XFL and you got semi-pro football, but that's not necessarily NFL associated.
Okay.
I just know practice teams.
Well, hi, if I know I gotta be at the gym in 4 hours.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But I appreciate you coming on tonight, yesterday with me, so we, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
To talk about this WNBA, and it went over pretty good, if you ask me. So I'm looking forward to doing it again Friday. Yeah, let's go over their schedule and see what games we can catch on Fridays, and maybe on Sundays or whatever other days, and then we come back on Fridays and talk about it.
Yeah, definitely. For some reason, like this is the sport that I kind of like the most for whatever reason. Basketball, and even I've been watching men's basketball for most of my life and participated in it. It's easy for me to transition over as a fan of the women's basketball and actually be into it, not just leeching onto it, but actually enjoying it. And based on that, we'll continue on doing what we're doing. So, yeah, Showtime East, holla at us.
Without a doubt. Well, with that, I'm going to say thanks, everybody, for coming through and checking us out the first time talking about this WNBA. And we'll be back next Friday to do the same thing. It's just to be a different day. Holla.